Bronze Stegosaurus age, there was a club that controlled us in our souls. They keep us in line, tell us to do all the time, and they hold us by our balls. And over thousands of millennia passing, they put us through different events, yeah. Gave us cancer and 9/11 and the plague, and then fucked us in the ass. Now the whole wide world is run by homo frogs that are controlled by forces far beyond me. God is now part of the league under Muhammad Ali, and we're all toys, children of the mods. Carefully chose to toy with nominally. Wanna know why it all be? Just follow the oil money. And it's run by a race of Jews, and the lizards control them too. And it's run by some black dude. I'm in love with your Gotti. I'm in charge of the club now too. And my dick is inside some dudes. I control all your thoughts and all your moves. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. Everything that you believe's probably not true. I'm in love with some gay black dude. First step of the joining the New World Order as you find out your first day. Commit a blood sacrifice and perform 2 acts of which the nature of which is gay. Then you go up in the tower where the man in high castle bends you over for him to rape, yeah. Come to think of it, actually, I blew 20 guys and my membership card is late. Now I'm thinking like, do you know who I call up for information on Illuminati? Someone there could explain me how world domination plans tie into boys. Cock stuck up my butt, now I'm on bed rest, hurts my butt when I pee. Now I'm all out of money, gave all of it to the Chinese. The world is run by an Asian dude who transforms to a gay Tom Cruise, and that's controlled by the same black dude. I'm in love with your Gotti, and these guys that are in my room who represent New World Order 2, and they say that when they're inside of my poop chute, I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm in the Illuminati. Everything that I believe is coming now true. I'm in love with the shape of dudes. The forces of Hades pulls us, controlled by an ancient culture. Killed all of the Hades and the Jews of the Mercedes troll off. Was told I could pay to join up. All they did was rape my cornhole. I called to complain, was told that all sales are final, don't call back. And it's run by a pack of coons, and they pull us with magnets too. The cabal where our ass is looped. I'm in love with your Gotti. Black guys always send my nudes, and now my butthole smells like dudes. And your Gotti says soon as he jizzes, I'm in the Illuminati. Come on, Gotti, baby, come on. Come on, I'm in the Illuminati. Come on, Gotti, rape me, come on. Come on, Gotti, baby, come on, Gotti, baby, come on. Come on, Bobby, I'm in the Illuminati. Everything that I believe, I was told by black dudes, and that are up in my anus too.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
Okay. You, what are you doing again? What were you just doing?
It's the Harry Potter home ED kit. The Wingardium Leviosa. It's not working. I think the Horcrux is broken.
Yeah, I think something's broken for sure, man. Absolutely. Wow. Oh my god.
Here, Daniel Radcliffe, have a dick pop.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the MidWeek Saints. I'm like caught in half dramatic wardrobe change. Jesus Christ. What a fucking day, man. What a day.
It was a day. Not just any day, but it was a day.
It is hump day.
Hence the dick pop.
Yes, hence the dick pop. I mean, everybody needs a cool, refreshing dick pop after a long fucking Wednesday.
Yeah, so listen, guys, summer's coming on. It's, John Podesta's opening a new ice cream truck. It's going to be a whole new QAnon summer.
Oh my God. please, no more Q. No more QAnon. That shit is so fucking cringy. Like, oh my god. So I'm obsessed with this YouTuber called Sage Wanderer.
Oh.
I think I've shown you a couple of his videos, haven't I? He's the one who sings George Soros is a vampire. No? Oh god. Okay, hang on. All right. No, this is good. This is good. You're gonna enjoy this. I'll look it up. But anyway, I've been obsessed with him, but he's also horribly obsessed with QAnon. Like the dude, Sage Wanderer, George Soros Vampire. Yeah, the dude is just one of those people who is like mega into the conspiracy theories. I've shown him on the roundup before.
It's a funny kind of thing though, just because with these, you always notice that the people who there seems to be like two primary types who get into conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
Like one who just genuinely wants to believe something evil about people that they don't like for whatever reason, right? And then the other ones I notice are these people who are like, they get so amped up thinking that they've been shown like some revealed truth that nobody else knows, and they're on like the cutting edge, and they are going to lead the charge against the Goliath who's keeping us all under their thumb. And they're going to be like some fucking like Muad'Dib out of fucking like some town in New Jersey.
Right.
Like, yeah.
No, that makes sense. That totally
Yeah,
makes sense.
you're the Paul Atreides of Elizabethtown. Congratulations.
The Paul Atreides. Okay, that's good. That's actually really good. Do you have the My Circle open already?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. Let's check this out.
Yeah, let me mod this just a slight bit. We gotta make sure he's nice.
He's a banjo plucking from his Airstream. Is that what I'm looking at here?
Yeah, pretty much. He lives in a van down by the river. He himself says that all the time.
I can't fault him for that.
He actually lived. I don't know if he still lives here in the Willamette Valley. He lives in the same area as I do, but I think right now he's in Texas.
So you guys aren't gonna hang out for a little while?
I've been thinking about contacting him, seeing if he wanted to, like, just hang out, and I'd pick his brain about conspiracies. I thought it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it could be fun.
George Soros is a Vampire by Sage Wanderer.
Yes.
They say vampires don't exist, but I strongly disagree with this. One still lives amongst us, can't you see?
It's true.
He plays us like a big chessboard, ruling with his zombie horde, funding his assistant Hillary.
That's a weird term for Jews. I haven't heard that before.
Yeah.
But I can't prove it. Can't you see? Take it from me. In a galaxy so far away, a long time ago, the ancients say he ruled an evil empire secretly. Vader was his closest friend. The Death Star was the evil end. Star Wars was a documentary.
Oh, yes.
George Soros is a vampire. George Soros is a Sith Lord.
Yes.
Can't you see? Oh, can't you see? Oh, rising in this modern time, hailing from an ancient Jedi line, a hero comes to stop your tyranny. Flanked by his deplorables, he treats arrows out.
Oh, yeah.
And maims his foes.
Oh, yeah.
The media can't stop our victory. George Soros is a vampire, but I can't prove it. Can't you see? Can't you see? George Soros, why don't you die?
He's a vampire. They can't.
Blood of the innocents calls for your demise. George Soros, why don't you die? I know that you're a vampire, and that's the reason why George Soros is a vampire. Or maybe a Sith Lord. Can't you see? Can't you see? George Soros is a vampire. Please help me prove it. Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see? Make America great again.
Jesus Christ. Yesterday, what was it? Yesterday, I was in the geek room, and who's the guy who does the music for Toy Story? The name escapes me at the moment. He's the guy
Oh,
who sings like this.
Randy Newman. Randy Newman.
Randy Newman, yeah. Someone brought up Randy Newman randomly, and I was just like, I put a baby in you. I put a baby in you. Might not remember or think it's true, but I put a baby in you. Yeah. Best cover ever.
Randy Newman is one of the most annoying fucking musicians on the planet, but you gotta give the guy some fucking respect because he actually is kind of brilliant with his compositions and his lyricism. The song "I Love L.A." Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I love L.A. too." No, that whole song is shitting all over L.A.
Yeah,
it's actually rather brilliant.
He strikes me as the kind of guy like I get this impression that he writes his songs in the same way I come up with promos, which is like, oh shit, that shit's due today.
Mm-hmm.
Better come up with something. Blah, 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 blah.
I fucking hate short people. Fuck them. I don't like them. Yeah, it's wild shit. I don't know what's going on with, like, I've been struggling with green screens today, and now I'm struggling with yours. So I'm just gonna do this.
Oh.
I'm super small right now, and I don't know why. It's really strange.
No.
Everything's been really, really weird today. That's a little bit better. I don't know. Now I look like a fucking giant, but now I look like a midget.
I'm just glad my lighting is even for once.
True.
Yeah.
But it's not.
So I blame
It's not
I blame the spring solstice.
No, it's totally not even at all though.
What?
Down near your right hand, I have to crop you for shadows. It's fine. Anyway, it's not important. It's not important. Anyway, so, yeah. Addy Monster resubscribed 7 months in a row. Beep boop borp bap tickle my nerves and slap my ass. Yes. Rimshi. 17 months so far. Holy shit. Midweek and payday always line up for me. Also, 17 months. Has it really been that long? It's been a long road, but it's been fun. An anonymous cheerer gave us some anonymous cheer. Thank you.
Yay. Actually, I was realizing, so we're approaching episode 100 on the Friday show, aren't we?
We are. We need to see if we can get Fane and Fat Pat to be there for episode 100. They were on
Which
episode
I'm sure we can get at least Fane.
Yeah.
Because that's how it always happens. It's like, hey, we're gonna get Poisoning the Well -1.
We gotta hassle him now though, because otherwise, I don't know if we'll be able to get there.
Nate, I did so it's 99 this week, right?
Yeah, let me see.
Okay, because I already confirmed.
99.
Because Nate confirmed for Friday. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, so he can come on and maybe fully convert you to veganism finally.
He's getting close, man. Honestly, he's getting pretty fucking close, and I love Nate. Nate's a fucking cool guy.
It comes down to a fight between what sounds like a pretty good argument and the flavor of steak.
That's
yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of it too is like just the convenience. So I've been working out a lot. I've been going to the gym every single day. But I remember what you told me when you're giving me tips. It's as soon as you're done working out, replenish with protein. And I could just eat a bunch of peanut butter, but I have eggs, and I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking cook up a shit ton of eggs. Like, yeah, that's what I want.
My go-to, and I gotta get back to it, but my go-to was always I'd keep like a jar of peanuts in my bag, and also usually a banana, because that potassium right after you work out, that helps you process that protein so well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, hopefully, I mean, if I end up sliding into that morning gig driving a bus like I plan to, well, I mean, like fucking be like 2 hours a day at the gym. Oh yeah, by the time we reach episode 150, everyone's gonna be asking like, you dropped your watermelons, bro. Oh, what are they over there?
Mm-hmm.
Back there.
Just show me where the McDonald's is.
I'm just kidding, everybody. I don't have the willpower or the ability to keep a good habit long enough to get there. But
I don't know, man. I'm really good at habits. They're just usually bad ones. So if I can actually have a good one, I'm gonna be happy.
Well, yeah.
Donnie says,
Yeah.
it's midweek, motherfuckers. Just got done coaching some baseball, and I'm ready to party! Also, Sage Wanderer is part of the resurgence of protest anthems against the NWO. That's very true.
Yeah.
Nobi Yeti, resubscribed 13 months just in time for a musical interlude. Fuck
I'm
yeah.
gonna be honest with you.
We do have a
oh.
fun little MAGA-related story coming up, too.
I bet I know who that was. Oh, dear. Real quick,
Whoa.
before this blows up, Anime Moon says, I think I could help you out with your issue, Nick. Try this one on for size, buddy. Oh, yeah, and Nick, have yourself a nookie cookie on me. There's no stopping the love nectar. Oh, Christ.
That shit squirts right out of the dick pop if you're nice enough to it.
It does. It absolutely does. What is this?
See, that's gonna be the next. That's honestly the next step for these things. So this came through. Meowski sent me this as a joke gift, but I can't help but wonder if one day they're not gonna make one of these in a pastry form with a cream filling.
They should. They should have already.
I'm kind of retarded.
I'm just saying. Anyway,
It's like,
anonymous
hey guys,
donor. Anonymous
suddenly
donor
turned
with
into
the
a James
5.
Charles stream.
Anonymous donor with the 5 sub bomb.
Boom.
Connor Blade, Mount 17, Y2KNW, Arets Batyan, and 1 Canuck 1. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you. Let's see some fucking pinkies up in the goddamn chat.
Plenty going there.
Pinkies up your butthole. We
Yeah.
gotta make a decision on something, though, Nick.
What's that?
So we have tier 2 and tier 3 emojis to design for our Twitch channel. What should they be? I was thinking
PBR cans.
PBR can. How about
Dick Boss.
I was thinking Zebro and maybe a moon, but with the Star of David cut out of it. So it just looks like the moon, but you could tell like it's a Star of David.
Well, then we're just basically slapping Jew labels on people, and I'm pretty sure that's shit you can only get away with over on Gab.
No, well, they do it for bad. We do it for good. We're anti-Gab. We're like, Jews, great. Jews are good. Jews never did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but then we can, like, never, use any sort of train metaphors, because that would just be a little on the nose,
If anybody wants to try their hand at making emojis for the channel, or also even to replace the ugly yellow pinkies up icon.
Yeah, I like that idea, actually. I like leaving the, well, I was going to say creativity and work to other people, but I was going to say I like letting them make their own decisions.
Well, okay, let me pull this up really fast. Just so I can know for myself. But I know for a fact the emojis the emojis they have to be 72 by 72 pixels, then 36 by 36 pixels, and then whatever the fuck half of that is, 18 by 18 pixels. So you have to have all three of them scaled. So if you want to make something that looks, and usually it's about the 32 by 32 pixel one is that everybody ends up seeing. So as long as that one looks pretty decent, it's usually fine.
Could we go with like the classic Aquabe Black Power Fist?
Maybe.
Just to be inclusive,
Well, I mean, we do want to be inclusive, don't we?
Yeah, or just like the Me Too Twitter vagina. That is what that is, right? When you hashtag Me Too on Twitter and it comes up with that little flesh-colored thing, it's supposed to be a pussy, right? It looks like the end of a fleshlight to me. It's a tiny little icon. I'm like, is that a baby little fleshlight? Is that a MGTOW fleshlight? You don't know what I'm saying?
No.
You clearly just don't. You're clearly just not down with down with gender equality if you're not using hashtag Me Too.
I'm too blue-pilled to even understand what's happening right now. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm absolutely trying. Has Zebro ever actually been designed yet? I did make a Zebro image a long time ago. Let me go find that.
You know who we need to hit up for that? Hateful bastard.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be.
That'd be pretty good.
It would be a majestic fucking Pegasus creature at that point.
I just photoshopped
Zebrishnu.
Yeah, Zebro on Vishnu is what I did there.
Jared's using my fucking microwave. I don't know why.
Jared! It's Jared.
Well, he was getting the bikes working today. Unfortunately, even though I can't ride mine because the fork seals are still leaking grease all over my front tire. Not a good way to ride.
Fuck.
That's did start up today. I was pretty happy with that. Every time a vehicle of mine starts up, I am tempted to believe that there are spirits who are watching over me because fuck knows I'm not watching over my vehicles.
Somebody was saying you're down with the Fashlight. Hey, I'm down with the Fashlight too, man. I actually own a Fashlight. I do.
I am not remotely surprised.
Well, like, I discovered something. You know the best part of a Fashlight? Is when somebody uses a Fashlight on you. That's pretty fucking rad. Because
it's like it's like an assisted handy.
Yeah.
See, the worst experience, well, the strangest experience I ever had with that had to come when I was living down in New Orleans. And so, like, kind of like weird chintzy kind of bathroom. And like one time the power went out. And so I like went around looking through all the cabinets and closets looking for a flashlight. And that's not what I found. Yeah, I'm just like, Chris, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, homeboy, why are you keeping this next to your toolkit?
Yeah.
And is there a relationship there that I don't need to dig into any further? I'm just gonna pretend this never happened and go back to sitting in the dark.
Ward Off Demons is totally, I'm on board with this. He says the thing is, if women can have lots of sex toys, then why can't dudes? I agree, and that's actually why I bought one, is because I'm like, well, if chicks have fucking sex toys, what did dudes have? And like way back in the day when I was like 22, I had a girlfriend who worked at a porn store, and she got me like a masturbation sleeve. The most cheap piece of shit. Is awful. So I was like, I'm gonna give this fucking thing a shot. Why not? I'll try it out. Holy shit, those things are awesome, fellas. And I'm not fucking around like that shit. It'll make you cum your fucking brains out.
Yeah, so like next time you get a Kirby salesman coming around your house offering to shampoo your carpets, well, you just remember that $200 upcharge on that $3,600 vacuum cleaner, very worth it. Testimonials can't lie.
That's right. But no, I mean, like, also the thing is too, like, I have a very healthy sex life. Me and the wife fuck all the time, which is odd for how long we've been married, but for some reason we do. Don't really want to be talking about this, but I will just for the sake of context. If she goes to bed, and even if we've had sex and I'm still just kind of like, and I got a need and I want to fucking rub, yeah, why not?
Well, it just reminds me of that joke I used to make during the gay marriage debate. It's like, yeah, I believe gay people deserve the right to be married. It's a sexless and soul-crushing endeavor, and I think everyone should be open to it. I just hope they recognize all the legions of forward-thinking straight people who are trying desperately to protect their sex lives by banning them from getting married.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I just can't wait to honestly see, like, what is it, Pink Magazine there? Like, the leading LGBTQ plus IA, double spirit, two-prong, the electrical cord,
Spirit
whatever
fingers.
it is. Yeah, I just can't wait till I see, like, them come out. It's like, has gay marriage ruined gay sex lives? It's like every married person is like, yes, it
Yeah.
Yeah, how's your sex life? Non-existent. Oh, so you're married. When's the anniversary? See, that's why I don't get married. It has nothing to do with my routine and inevitable failing in all relationships that I engage in. It's just a matter of principle.
That's
like
right.
most, yeah, I'm a true MGTOW. I'm full of celibacy and self-denial. Good, healthy sort of thing. Jeff got so excited he had to go grab his dick
Vape.
sock or whatever it's called.
I had to go get my fucking vape. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what, the only bad part about those things, though, is the cleanup. Because you just got to take it apart and hose it out. You don't want that fucking thing drying out.
That's how I saved money on condoms for years doing that same thing. Yeah, I'm just going to let that settle in. Just imagine me flipping out. Actually, do I still have that thing? Oh, no, it's gone. And for reference,
Please
too,
don't.
if anyone's actually really curious, it was just mayonnaise in there. All right, I didn't put that much prep into today's promo. Okay, kind of wish I had, but
He is cornstarch after you wash it. I know how to fucking take care of that thing. I've had it for a while.
yeah, it's just like she's like, swear to Christ, she's like the tech support for sex toys at this point. She'd probably repair a rabbit fucking motor if she had to. It's like, wow, where'd you learn to do that? Small engine repair in high school. It was a weird time.
That's right. Yeah, no. Well, now everybody knows a little bit more about me. Oh yeah. Hey, shit. So, I guess. See, here's the problem. We have a friend, and he's a great guy, and I like him, but he likes anime, and so he every now and then comes around, and suddenly we have to look at something that has to do with anime. I get sad.
Well, we burned through Steel Panther, we burned through corn references, we lost track of how many styrofoam references we've got. The anime's all we got left, Jeff.
I know. We got to find other things to make me cringe. Is this the one where she?
Same one.
Yeah. Same one with like what was she doing like last time?
Trying to fuck her teacher?
Something
like that. There was some inappropriate like Florida school teacher shit going on, if memory serves.
Addie, I know you promised me body oil nudes when I hit 1 million. You're just gonna have to come over to Oregon when I hit 1 million.
Yeah, or just wait till 200,000. It'll be fine.
Creepy.
I am, I'm somebody, I watch anime, but I am fucking lost.
Yeah.
I am lost. I'm getting the impression that this is just the whole show about a psychotic high school student.
Really obsessed with like some
obsessive needs the
yeah.
D. Breaks into hentai in the final scene.
Okay, 25 more seconds.
Fucking prequel to Attack on Titan.
No. Did not sit down! Anime Moon says, what would you call a fleshlight mix of the dildo, a super condom, the ultimate protector? This is an important question. Figure it out, Saints. I don't know. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Look, let me put it this way. I'm so fucking brain fried today. 70 gigabytes worth of fucking footage, an hour and a half long recording session. Like, I am fucking burnt. My brain is like, it's crispy. It's crispy. It feels like, when you're frying up a bunch of potatoes in the saucepan, right? And they're not quite there yet. And you're like, okay, well, maybe in like a minute it's got to be fucking perfect. But you get distracted for 3 minutes, you come back, and all of a sudden it's just like crispy and black on the edges. That's my brain.
Oh. I mean, I thought I had it bad having to drink PBR for 2 days, but I guess it can get worse.
I mean, you're not fucking your cousin yet, so the PBR hasn't truly taken hold yet.
Now, listen, man, my cousins are dead, so that's going to require a lot more effort.
Did I just get memed on, or I can't even tell anymore. I don't even know. Oh my God.
No. Caffeine Tweaker saying this all sounds super racist and problematic, Jeff. I agree, Jeff. You should stop.
You didn't know I was black around the edges? Wait until you see my dick.
Well, I mean, if you're black around just the edges there, that might facilitate a doctor's appointment.
I am
Same.
getting into my boomer phase of life. That is actually very true.
It's true. Yeah, well, maybe you need some of that Harry Potter ED medicine.
Boomerism is a terminal disease.
I'll be honest with you.
I love how literally everyone and anyone can be a boomer now, and half the people who use the term regularly are the same ones thinking that there's like some big communist conspiracy that's gonna take us all over. Like, hey, did you duck and cover in elementary school too? Ha ha ha. Because words mean things, people.
Addie Monster says, fly me out, Daddy-O. Let me know ahead of time so I can take off work. Whatever Mem says you can do, I'll do. No pee or poop. I know you're into that from watching a channel. What the fuck? And we have to put it behind a paywall. God damn it. Oh my god. Jesus
Only in
Christ.
shot glasses.
I recently got shamed on Twitter by some traps that I follow. Because I made a joke about how I was turned off because I saw accidentally a video of a girl getting peed on. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just not into that sort of thing. And I had a fucking tidal wave of trans chicks yelling at me like, well, don't knock it until you try it. I'm like, is this a thing?
I'll be honest
Am
with
I being assaulted right now? What's happening?
R. Kelly fans, man, they never know when to quit.
They're all cam girls though, so it was all a bunch of cam girl trans girl cam models. So
Oh well, maybe. Well, so
Might be
all right.
right.
Well, they might just be worried that one of their pay pigs won't be into their new videos.
I don't know, man. It was very strange because it came just out of the blue. No.
Jeff. Now that you mention it, though, there is a curious correlation between you suddenly getting into it with a whole bunch of trap cam girls and these videos of yours which keep blowing up. Is this where the ad revenue's going, huh? Is this what AdSense goes to pay for? Do you just have a direct link?
Look,
So you just like prepay?
I have been thinking about this actually for a while. So my demographics on YouTube are very distinctly different than a lot of people that I hang out with. Most people have a very distinct, overwhelming majority of male viewers. I have an overwhelming majority of female viewers, which is true. I think a large portion of them are also trans identifying as women, because I have a massive amount of trans people that watch my videos, which is great. That's cool. Hey, good on you. But also, it seems like most of them are either sluts or cam girls, which I'm also totally fine with. But I think that's like the driving energy. It's that big dick trans energy that really is propelling my channel forward. Maybe that's the analytics right there.
Hey, coming soon to Philip DeFranco's show. It's so let's just break down what the trap market really likes, and it's just a whole story about you and Dr. Phil. That could be it though too. Your big break was on daytime TV.
You know the funny thing about Dr. Phil's dick? He doesn't have one. He has a vagina. He's actually a trans woman. Trans man was biological female.
Well, it's like, so we got Jillian Epperly back, and we got her greatest nemesis. No, not him. Wiles Powers here.
Oh!
That's the future after that, Jeff.
No.
Dr. Phil, he's a vengeful motherfucker.
See, here's the thing. That's more funny than you know, because recently there was a YouTuber by the name of Repzilla. Repzilla did a video on Jilly Juice, kind of. He didn't really cover anything about it, but he just kind of looked into it. But he was like, yeah, and this one YouTuber really took her to task, and I'm like, oh, did you mention me? And he's like, Miles Power, he seems pretty cool, and played Miles's video. It had me briefly shown from the Dr. Phil appearance, didn't talk about me at all. I'm like,
oh yeah, all right. So here we go. Here's where the real celebrity's kicking in. It's like, how dare they not bring me up? I am her greatest nemesis. It's gonna just kind of turn out like, what was that fucking what was it a hero movie? Oh yeah, it's a Megamind, right? Just
Oh,
desperately
yeah,
looking
yeah.
for. Yeah, it's like, but that's my nemesis. Well, that's fine. I'm sure you'll find somebody drinking piss on YouTube, and it'll bring you right back to right back to where you belong.
I hate God, my highbrow content these days. Look at this dude drinking his piss.
Yeah, no,
Isn't
that's it.
that
I mean,
amazing?
oh no, it's gonna turn into one of those like sick viral fandom challenges. It's like, hey, Jeff Holiday fans, if you wanted to be featured on 100,000+ YouTuber channel,
All you gotta do is drink your
welcome,
piss.
welcome to the Apple Juice Challenge, boys and girls. Can you do it standing up? Can you do it without a cup? Can you do it with no hands? Ooh, Jeff would love to see it. Send all of your piss drinking videos to jeffholiday@gmail.com. I'm
Please
sorry,
no.
whoever actually has that email address.
Please no. Oh my God. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Our best.
Okay. Here. Donnie says, just leaving this here.
Almost 7, time to leave work. I hate my dumb boss, I think his name is Edward. My room is stinky, smells of cheese and weed.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Kiss my body pillow when it's time to yank my pee. Crunchyroll, take me home to my waifu.
Oh, no.
Motors.
Ugh.
You know, I kind of think Bethesda like missed a golden opportunity by not licensing that song from Fallout 76.
She's got pies and thighs and tits with eyes. She only costs me $6.95 for Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll.
I see her in my dreams. She's bad as real as 2D can be. Her warm embrace reminds me of my own mother's love.
This is cute. This is cute.
It's a little on the nose, don't you think?
A little bit. And a little bit. Yeah.
Coming to
I'll be honest with you.
my dream. Shake myself and my morning would I. Crunchyroll, take me home.
You're fired, Donnie. You're fired forever.
Yeah, we're gonna report you to your parents, Donnie. Get your dad on the line. Come on.
This is definitely not Nyan Yan. Or I don't know
I
if it's
like-
Nyanners, but it's definitely not Nyan Yan. And Nyan Yan is Bay.
He's uncomfortable, so I'm liking it. What is this?
It's a weird. That's okay. Weird flex, but okay. Anime Moon says, "Hey, now someone from the South. I have to tell you, cousin fucking is East Kentucky. Sibling sex is Alabama. Parent-child is North Carolina. Mississippi is where Grandpa gets to do the teaching. If you catch my drift, ew. So retire in Mississippi. Got it. Ew. Oh my God.
Hey, somebody's offering me free food.
Addy Monster
Hey.
says,
I
Jeff,
think that's gross. At least it's not Vermont.
what's
They
Vermont?
fuck sheep.
A lot of Scottish there.
It's only the top 1% of the bottom 20% of those who fuck the sheep who actually consider them family.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Addy Monster says, Jeffo, if it helps you get it up in your golden boomer twilight years, I'll snort apple juice through my nose with a neti pot and call it Shavambu while I slap your Jimmy Johnson breakfast sausage. What the fuck? Oh my fucking God.
It's, I'm starting to think Addy needs to write a regular blog. Just all of this shit. Just like, yeah, just down that gin to wash away the taste of those pills and then get to writing Addy because the world needs to know.
It's
And welcome everyone to the Daily Addy Express.
let me tell you something. It is really hard to make me fucking blush. I am not a person easily blushable. And Addy makes me both simultaneously blush and laugh all the fucking time, so I appreciate it. What are we supposed to be doing on the show again? I forget.
Well, I think we got some news. I found this first one kind of interesting.
Yeah?
Mm.
All right. I guess we're doing news now.
Of course, if you are new to the show or you just, you think you could tolerate a brief conversation with us, feel free to join the Discord. Link should be somewhere down below.
Yep.
Jump into the waiting room. After we do a couple news items, we'll do a little digital dice roll and see who we bring in to hang out and embarrass themselves with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this one is interesting, though, because for one thing, so before we really, you look at that headline, you take any mob movie, any sort of film, TV show involving the mob at all, and if a crime boss is going to get killed, it usually requires some world-class assassin with a bunch of ninja gear who will strangle a bunch of dudes in the meantime. No, this dude just took care of it. Gambino crime boss's suspected killer also once attempted a citizen's arrest of the New York City Mayor de Blasio, says report. That is the face of a true assassin right there.
Oh, yeah.
The man accused of the brazen murder of the Gambino crime family's alleged boss reportedly once attempted to make a citizen's arrest of New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. Anthony Camello, 24, was arrested Saturday in New Jersey in the death of Francesco Cali, who was shot dead earlier this month in front of his Staten Island home. Motherfucker was just walking out of his home and he got. Just like that. I'm sure there's capos who are just dying to take his place. Cali was believed by authorities to be one of the leading one of the country's most powerful crime organizations in the country. See, all of a sudden, John Gotti's death isn't quite as embarrassing, that being dying of an STD while in prison.
Is that how Gotti died?
I'm pretty sure that's how Gotti died.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Now, Camello reportedly told investigators he was high on marijuana during the shooting and claimed he shot the mob boss 10 times, according to police, because he feared for his life. Though other reports suggest Camello's alleged motive may have had something to do with the mafia boss barring his niece from dating him. Ooh, star-crossed lovers. It's like Romeo and Juliet, except the parents die. It's a sequel. Just a few months.
He died of throat cancer.
Oh, throat cancer, right? Oh, you know who I was thinking of? Goddamn. I want to say Robert De Niro because he's who played him in The Untouchables. Al Capone. Yeah, Al Capone. Al Capone died of an STD in prison. That's right. Yeah. Camilla showed up outside the city hall to protest de Blasio's reign and tried to make a citizen's arrest, New York Post reported. Police told the newspaper the incident was just one example of Camilla's odd behavior and stunts he took part in. During a court appearance on Monday, the suspect wrote a string of slogans on his hand, including MAGA Forever, an abbreviation for Trump's campaign slogan. He also had United We Stand MAGA written on his hand. Oh, he's sharp as a marble, this one. Cali ascended to the top spot in the Gambino crime family in 2015, though he's never charged with a crime while leading the group. Officials haven't said Gambino crime family has posted a bounty on Camello, but, quote, the general feeling is that there's an X on this guy's back, one source told New York Post. He's going to have some issues in jail, a high-ranking NYPD official told the Post. Maybe there's some guys who are wise guys in jail who will show their allegiance to the Gambinos and say, we'll take care of this guy. So, yeah, this is, I just found this a really strange story because, for one thing, you wouldn't expect some random-ass 24-year-old like this to be able to just clip a mafia boss so easy, but apparently they're a lot easier to get than most people, than films and such would suggest. And I do love that he, I think what he was trying to do is he was trying to make America great again by taking out a crime boss. Yeah.
Look, Francesco Cali, he was just trying to get down to the fucking deli to get his gabagool. He tried to get his gabagool, and this motherfucker, he comes up here and gets him got. I don't like it.
He's 20. Yeah, listen, millennials. He's trying to go get his gabagool. I keep trying to tell him kale chips are more healthy for you, Francesco. I'm going to show you. You eat gabagool one more time, and you might end up accidentally getting shot on your doorstep 10 times.
What is gabagool, anyway? I'm looking it up right now.
I'm curious about that, too. Because if,
Gabagool is a traditional Italian and Corsican pork cold cut made from dry-cured muscle running from the neck to the fourth or fifth rib of the pork shoulder or neck.
I'll be honest with you.
It's a whole muscle salume, dry-cured and typically sliced very thin. Sounds delicious.
Really does. Kind of explains why all those mob guys like it. I mean,
Gabagool.
Yeah, I mean, you take the gaudy velour of a Cadillac and perhaps the sharp 90s style shoulder pad jackets, Take those aside, and mafiosos typically have pretty good taste. So yeah, after the show, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go get some gabagool or cheese and crackers, depending on what I can afford.
Spray trees and generic Ritz.
Spray cheese, generic Ritz.
Hey, bacon flavored spray cheese at least. Come on, live a
Gonna
little.
go get a whole bunch of Jack Pack burger patties, mash them on up, and put some spray cheese on them, and call it a steak and cheese.
Look, I'm gonna go get some of that government cheese. I'm gonna spread it on a saltine cracker.
Government goo, as we call it. Yeah.
Government goo. I'm just trying to
Government
get down to
goo.
the store to get my government goo.
Stormy Daniels got a mouthful of government goo. You know?
Wow. By the way, Al Capone died technically of cardiac arrest after suffering a stroke, but that is because his body was destroyed by syphilis. So,
Yeah,
it was
syphilis.
syphilis. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just there was some little fish on the block. Had some pretty cheekbones. So Capone just decided to introduce him to his little bat. So now when you're thinking about that, I want you to picture Robert De Niro doing it to Chris Pine. That's how that happened. it's like, yeah, for a half gay, the fact that even he finds that disgusting says a lot about you, Chris Pine.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up. Okay. So, Anime Moon says, oh yeah, goats are Indiana. Georgia is where you go for the dendrophilia. Dendrophilia. What is dendrophilia? One look dictionary search. No.
Tendiphilia? Is that when, like, you masturbate to thoughts of Brittany Venti?
What the fuck is dendrophilia?
Maybe it's like a sexual interest in I don't even know.
Look, I'm going to put it this way. Dendrophilia, the only thing that's showing up is character profiles from World of Warcraft. Unless you mean
Maybe that's it. Like
dendrophilia, and that means fucking a tree.
Oh, we know somebody who did that.
We do. We do know somebody who fucked a tree.
Yeah. Now he's fucking himself. It's funny how people graduate.
Donnie says, sorry, no parents this week again. They're too busy watching the news. I'll be in the waiting room next week, so hopefully I'll get to talk to guys then. Also, I'll send you another song next week. Okay, sounds good. I appreciate it.
It sounds fair. It sounds like a deal.
That
sounds like a
sounds
solid deal.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Addy Monster says, throat cancer, a.k.a. raped in the mouth until he fucking died, okay? Okay?
Raped in the mouth till he died from it.
Rape you in your fucking mouth, okay?
Holy shit. Wait a second. Before he became Dr. Phil, was he doing voices for South Park?
I believe he was Mr. Mackey.
Drugs are bad, okay? And that's why you have to go to the ranch.
Now,
okay?
listen. Right now, what you are doing is you are putting your family through undue amounts of stress. Okay? He doesn't really sound like Mr. Mackey. He sounds like Anderson from fucking Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Mr. Mackey was based on that, but I do love like Texans like that. You can always count on them to just like every vowel in a given word, they will take a moment to observe it whenever it happens.
Now listen, okay? What you're gonna have to do when you are out here and your mother is trying to tell you what to do, you're gonna have to refocus. I suggest researching propane and propane accessories.
Yeah. See, right now, I just want somebody to. I mean, I might even do it myself, but we need a nice little supercut of Dr. Phil scenes with Hank Hill's head over it, and Hank Hill's,
Hank Hair.
Yeah, just Hank's dialogue there. So it's just like so you got some young chick like, I'm just gonna be an Instagram model, even though my family's on welfare. I still need the Escalade. Well, now, young lady, what you really need to do is get you a real job. Perhaps working with propane and propane accessories. I'm seeing this. Yeah, this is happening.
What? Facebook. Oh,
oh yeah, no, that one's for you. Yeah, we're gonna go from discussing one gangsta boss to another one.
Yang gang, more like Wang gang. What's up? Facebook apologizes after mistaking Trump's social media director for a bot.
Yeah. Little nose Facebook, huh?
New York, CNN Business. Facebook on Tuesday said it apologized to the White House social media director, Don Scavino. He better watch out. When he's trying to get his gabagool, we gotta get got.
No, it's Dan Scavino.
Dan?
See?
Oh.
Yeah, his name is Dan. He's just an ordinary, boring-ass Italian who
Oh.
doesn't get shot 10 times like a boss. Ha!
Apologize to White House social media director Dan Gambino for temporarily blocking some features on his account for a few hours on Monday. In a statement, the social media giant also said that his automated systems mistook Scavino for a bot. Scavino wrote on Facebook on Monday that he was being blocked from replying to comments on the platform. Amazing!
They fucking love this, don't they? They really fucking do.
Oh my
like,
God.
yeah, I mean, well, it's funny because, like, so the right spent like 3, 4, 5 years or something going on and on and on about like safe spaces and all these liberals, and oh my God, they do always thinking they're persecuted, and now we
Triggering
cannot
these
hear
libs.
enough. Yeah, it was a mix of that and free industry needs to be free to do what it wants, and now we get they're targeting me and discriminating against me because of my conservative values. Really? Because I see no shortage of conservative claptrap on social media. That's kind of what it's there for.
Sit down, Karen! Sit down! Sit down! I don't care. I don't care if you're some 70-year-old crusty-ass white fucking dude who's... You paid off your mortgage. Oh, well, congratulations to you. Oh, you got hired on for a conservative fucking think tank. Oh, you're still a Karen. You're still a Karen. You're a fucking
That's just
Karen.
it.
You're
Your shit's
complaining.
still... Yeah, I mean, like, can anybody honestly say that, especially on Twitter, you see any shortage of, like, conservative content? I certainly don't. It's all the fuck over the place. It's just, these narratives are things like, it seems like usually people with agendas, usually what I'd call dishonest people, they always everyone loves a victim narrative. Everyone loves to be getting, like, having some Goliath, like Facebook or Twitter or the government or Sudan or whoever fucking coming down on them and censoring them because that, it Streisand's the shit. It makes them taboo. And then again, when it really happens, it's even more hilarious. Like when Facebook bans Alex Jones and Alex Jones gets to say, I told you.
Listen, this is the most important fight of our lives right now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
My right to be on Twitter is the most important civil rights fight in 200 years.
Let me read this piece of shit. This is what he wrote on Facebook. Amazing. Why are you stopping me from replying to I want to read it like Jesse Lee Peterson. I'm going to try. Why are you stopping me from replying to comments, follows, and let me on my own Facebook page? People have the right to know. Why are you silencing me? Scavino wrote. I can't do a good Jesse. I got to work on it.
I was saying just yesterday on the Geek Room, actually, can you imagine how funny it would be if, like, some lazy-ass student body, like, booking agent, right, thinks that they're booking Jordan B. Peterson, and then Jesse Lee Peterson shows up.
Man, like to take a crap.
Don't take a crap in your own room, though, 'cause then you gotta clean that up, which you should do anyway.
Do you love black people?
Do you love clean rooms?
Do
you love Red Lobster?
Do you love black people? the illegal immigrant are coming over the border, bringing their guns and their drugs, and is going into the black people neighborhood first. Do you care about the black people? Do you love black people?
Do you think that they have clean rooms? I'm just trying my best because I get paid either way, right? Waffle House up their price again.
I fucking love Jesse Lee Peterson so much. Holy shit, what a fucking nightmare.
He's a magical creature, isn't he?
He is, dude. He's unreal. He's fucking unreal. You know what's so great about this is what's so okay, hang on. We'll get to the story in just a second. But recently, Destiny did another debate, not with Jesse Lee Peterson, but on Jesse Lee Peterson's show, with a guy named Vincent James from Red Elephants. And obviously, I'm not a Red Elephants fan at all. Disagree with those guys 100%. 100%. But, so Destiny's on there, and I disagree with Destiny all the time, too. But I obviously am more adverse to Vincent James, because he's a hardcore conservative. He's suspiciously got some weird, troubling talking points. But then, and I'm kind of like waffling on it, and then Jesse Lee Peterson says like 3 sentences, and suddenly Vincent James seems like a totally normal, awesome person by comparison. Because it just says like that stupid civil rights movement that I was in. I regret that now. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say?
Life was so much easier without all the responsibilities of being able to have equal pay and sit where I want on the bus.
I love
Ooh.
that Great White Hope. I kind of wish we could go back to the days when I did not have the constitutional rights to vote for him. What? What? What?
It's it's just this lovely race to the bottom in terms of punditry that we have these days. Because
It's so good.
yeah,
Amazing.
I mean, like it was when we used to think it was bad when we had like Sean King as an up and comer, but now apparently the floodgates are open. As long as the bus you show up on is short enough, you're more than welcome to join the public debate.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. All right. So President Donald Trump also weighed in on Tuesday, tweeting that he would be looking into the issue with Scavino's account, which had already been restored. Later in the day, during a joint press conference with Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, he returned.
Good allies there.
Oh my God, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He returned to the issue saying, "There's discrimination. There's big discrimination. Something's happening with those groups of folks that are running Facebook and Google and Twitter." And I do think I'm getting into Bernie. I can't do Trump anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, isn't it?
I do think we have to get to the bottom of it. As in Scavino's case, such complaints about bias have often been found to stem from legitimate violations of the platform's rules or mistakes by the platforms or both, rather than actual discrimination against conservatives, which I'm not surprised. In a statement issued soon after the president's tweet, a Facebook spokesperson explained, "In order to stop automated bots, we capped the amount of identical, repetitive activity coming from one account in a short period of time, such as at mentioning people. These limits can have the unintended consequence of temporarily preventing real people like Dan Scavino from engaging in such activity, but lift in an hour or two, which is what happened in this case." The company added, "We've been in touch with him and have apologized for the inconvenience." This is what I think happened. I think Dan Scavino took a giant fucking hit off a crack pipe and then started writing out "Make America Great Again" at Donald Trump. "Make America Great Again" at Donald Trump over and over and over again until it was like, "You were a bot and you have been silenced for 2 hours. Calm down."
I mean, well, removing the crack pipe and the hyperbole around just tweeting, posting MAGA over again. Let's be honest, like, the Trumpkins out there, their standard communication techniques there's a really limited scope,
But do you love black people?
There's a witch hunt. It's unfair. They're so unfair to me. Becky called me a slut during second period. Wait, no. Sorry, I get the Trump world confused with high school students. No, it's understandable because I mean, like, it's a pretty standard fucking litany that you hear over and over again. And so yeah, if you're like posting effectively the same shit that you see lots of actual paid bots doing all the time, well, yeah, the fucking algorithm's gonna pick you up. And the other thing is too, is there anyone left on the face of the earth who is surprised when Facebook fucks something up?
No, this shouldn't be. Why would any of us be surprised about this at this point? Like, come on.
This is what fucking flips my lid a lot about this, right? It comes back to the sort of logical or philosophical inconsistency that you see here. The same people who just a few years ago were screaming that private industry should have the right to do whatever the fuck it wants, government needs to stay out of it, right?
Sure.
Now we've even their president Trump is even saying we got to do something about these social media companies because they're not just the open propaganda platforms that everyone apparently wants them to be. And then at the same time, right, as we get all of this like shit going on, the people who ideally should be, they're focusing on social media and they're saying, oh, these social media companies are doing such bad shit. Like, none of those fucking people are talking about privacy. They're not talking about the fact that, like, Facebook's intentionally designed security flaws are using those flaws to collect your data, to sell your data to marketers. They're not concerned about that. It's just they're concerned about they can't spam, like, they can't spam propaganda or in some cases their free speech rights are violated because they can't drop N-bombs all over the fucking place. It's like the orientation of concern. I love watching the privacy debate because it's just the most quiet room you could possibly sit in because no one's fucking talking about it outside of Jeremy Scahill from time to time. It's fun.
Can I raise a point of order? Can we name this episode Fashlight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flash. Yeah.
No, Fashlight.
Fashlight. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
Fashlight. Okay.
Yeah,
I like
because
this.
because really, I mean, at this point, we're just basically just pretty much just masturbating on Twitch. So,
Well, it's not only just that, but also like we've been like very steadily getting kind of this reputation as becoming as soy drenched as Soy Fane.
I'm kind of retarded.
wow,
Kinda.
damn.
A little bit.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I'm actually like, well, I don't get that reputation because nobody pays attention to anything I say, but but I will say it's funny because like when this whole thing started, I know at least on my part, I said openly that like my position is I oppose stupid fucking ideas, stupid fucking ideologies, and the stupid people promoting them. That doesn't end simply because somebody's owning the libs that I used to hate,
Yeah.
Like and criticizing somebody. Here's the thing, and this is gonna blow some people's minds if this sound clip gets out and goes viral. It's a fucking brand new idea. I'm like the Noam Chomsky meets the William Buckley of this era. You can actually oppose and criticize, mock, and deride the Trump movement, his administration, and this new brand of cringeworthy fucking Republicans, and still think social justice is a technicolor fucking nightmare. It's possible. It's not easy. You got to hold two ideas at the same time, but it is possible.
Okay, so let's catch up real quick. Anime Moon says time for in real life posting. Subscribe to Leroy Jenkins. I'm gonna go in and get me the gabagool. Oh wow, that could be a little spicy if you're not careful there.
A real bit.
Yeah, our good friend Larry came through with the 25 bones. Has found an old colorized archive about how two young black people fought against cultural appropriation and patriarchy. It's not edgy, but I also enjoy dumb shit once in a while. Much love as always. I would love to see this.
Oh, I thought it was gonna end with like some kind of like oversaturated interview between Candace Owens and Jesse Lee Peterson.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I fucking love him so much, dude. He's so awful.
That's the great thing about like when you get out to the real fringes like that and you get the Jesse Lee Petersons in the world, it's great because like it doesn't even matter what they're saying. Like you just listen to them try and say it.
No, that's fair. Let's check this out.
That's right. Fuck those kids up. That's pretty cool. This is a dad win.
Fighting is bad.
Yeah, I win. All right. Huh?
That was a pretty good round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
See, that's how YouTube child abuse videos ought to go.
Hang on. We have to do this. We need to do this. Hang on.
I'll
Oh.
be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Ah. Got it.
Wrong.
I was trying to high five you, but that's fine. That
Just
works
as
too.
go. I thought it was supposed to be like a power strike, That was pretty dope, though. I like that. I like
was
that video.
cute. That was
Especially after I watched. Did you catch Philly D today?
No, I watched it I watched the episode the next morning every day. I take the kid to school. You can tell me about it though. That's fine.
Oh yeah, well no, there's just that story about that. Yet another one of these like parents who put kids on YouTube, and apparently this woman was like, she makes Daddy05 look like a fucking saint.
Oh,
She was like, yeah, no, because the kids would make the videos and she'd put them out and make the money on them, and then she'd like starve them or like pepper spray their entire bodies and lock them in closets. So it's nice to see some people understand that when you're social mediaing with your kids. I threw up my mouth a little bit there. Keep your feet away from me.
Yeah.
That was bad. No, that was a good video though. Thank you for sending it. That's a good. I could watch that all day, and it'd just bring my day up, and then I get nothing done, so it'd be like the rest of the days, except my day would be a little more happy.
All right. No, that's fair. That was good. That was good.
I mean, sister-in-laws. Oh shit.
Oh,
That's right.
Donnie says, so I'm going to get a bit sappy. I have to say the last 6 months that I've been in this community have honestly been the best time I've ever had. It's the first time I've been in a group where I don't have to put up a facade of who I really am. You know, let your freak flag, wow. What? Let your freak flag fly. We're all a bunch of weirdos here with the YouTube Saints.
Yeah, like you got into this world when like Addy Monster had kind of taken the throne over, but yeah, you should have been here during the days of Dr. Squiggums. Oh my.
R.I.P. and Pepperoni Squiggums. Addy Monster says, oh look, a black guy beating his kids. Oh my god.
Oh,
Just kidding, this is pretty cute. Okay, Jesus Christ, Daddy! Holy shit! Too spicy. Too spicy for Bezos.
Well, it's like, you know, honestly, I think they need. I want to see that video. I want to see that video like promoted. Like, I want to log into Facebook tomorrow and see it promoted as like, you know, something like, it doesn't take much to be a good father, just a little kung fu. The more you know.
Kung fu, oh yeah.
See, that's the thing, though. It's like, you know, it's 2019, okay? Child abuse is only funny with the correct sound effects.
Okay, we got to do one more news article before we get people in.
I end up trying to do one of those videos with Quinn. She's just gonna end up punching me in the nuts, I can tell.
Fox News contributor Katie Pavlich, America doesn't get enough credit for ending slavery. Now, before we actually read this, if we read it, we're just gonna. I just want to watch this real quick.
I'm kind of retarded.
You watch this again?
They keep blaming America for the sin of slavery, but the truth is, throughout human history, slavery has existed, and America came along as the first country to end it within 150 years. And
hey, real quick,
I'm kind of
what do Katie Pavlich and LeVar Burton have in common?
What's that?
Very notable roots.
Also, she is distinctly factually incorrect, but okay, all right.
we get no credit for that to move forward and try and make good on that.
We did have a very bloody civil war.
Or over that
and
issue.
we also
Is that Rocket Raccoon?
Who, her?
Yeah, looks like Rocket. It just looks like she's ready to steal someone's prosthetic leg. Fucking hell. Hey, look at the snout and everything.
I was gonna... Oh my god. That's doubly funny because I actually watched the first Guardians movie again last night. Yeah.
Racial history, the remnants of the Civil War, particularly blacks in the South.
Correct.
Yes. That was not an easy path. I mean, that was bloody and violent and deadly.
And there were Native Americans here when we showed up.
And there were Native Americans here when we showed up. What? Oh my god.
We're honestly like 2 steps shy of like Fox and Friends contributors just being like, listen, nobody ever talks about all of the Southern blacks who decided to fight for state sovereignty in the Civil War. Yeah. That's Fox News about 6 months from now. Don't worry.
Yeah. Still, my point is that we were the country that decided to end it, and we're still dealing with the issue. But if you want to start a problem and to inflame racial tension even more, start blaming people who have nothing to do with slavery for the sin of slavery. That is not fair. That's not the American way, and we shouldn't be doing it.
I mean, on a very technical level,
she's not wrong. She's not wrong, but okay. On Tuesday's episode of Fox News Outnumbered, contributor Katie Pavlich argued against Elizabeth Warren's recent suggestion that the country needs to talk about the injustices of American slavery and the lasting impact it's had on generations of Black Americans. Pavlich's argument against reparations to the descendants of enslaved people came down to saying the country doesn't get enough credit for ending slavery. Now, that's the part that's really silly. That's probably, like, the rest of what she's saying of, like, you know, oh, God, I really don't want to defend this chick at all, but the rest of it wasn't that big of a deal. But the part where America doesn't get enough credit for ending slavery, that's kind of like, well, let me say, for the past 250 years, you've been stabbing me in the face, and I really don't appreciate it. But you know what? You did finally stop stabbing me in the face, so here's a cookie. Like, no.
What? It's like, why didn't you invite me to your wedding, dude? Because you beat the shit out of me, and I had to go to the hospital. Yeah, but I stopped. Yeah.
Why are you complaining?
See, this debate fucking irks me though, because when you get the Elizabeth Warrens or the Jill Steins coming out saying we need reparations, right? They're more on the Talcum X level of things, like give me cash payment,
right?
Give me a cash payment,
right?
And then you get the right, like any mention of reparations of any kind, it's like, oh no, they just need to get over it. It's like at the same time, it's like, have you been to have you seen the Black community in, let's say, Southeast DC? Parts of Chicago, deep Alabama.
Yeah.
You want to talk about reparations? Let's talk about actual tax incentives to mobilize economic growth there that aren't just vehicles, so that developers can gentrify areas like the waterfront in DC and Anacostia and Bradbury Heights and Simple City and all these places. Like these kind of things. Like, hey, let's put police substations back and have foot patrols where everyone in the community knows the officer's name. That way it's not snitches get stitches. It's, can you go deal with that boy?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But we can't have those conversations because dumb fucks like Katie Pavlich there versus DeRay fucking McKisson. Those are who embody our debates and discussions now. I mean, nuance is a dirty 4-letter word, and most of the people on the Trump train will probably agree with that because they don't know how many letters are actually in it.
No, I'm with you on it, and like this is something that's been very, very bothering for me for a long ass time, because there is legitimately things that you proactively can do to try and make a difference in areas where people have been. I don't want to. It's not really necessarily a matter of systematic oppression. It's more of systematic.
It's the remnants of it.
But I mean, it's more than just a remnants. It's more like people just don't want to think about it. You know, people just they're uncomfortable with the idea that there is a reason why there are very specific areas where people are just kind of fucked up. They're kind of fucked up, and maybe there's a reason why they historically were fucked up. And maybe there are ways that we could do this with proactive programs, educational programs, street cleanup programs, like you said, having officers on the fucking walk, building neighborhoods.
Well, here's an interesting thing, and I think this might kind of speak to one reason why nothing's getting better despite all of these facts and ideas being readily available. 2009, when I was between jobs and living out in the boonies where there was no work, I was making ends meet by doing side gigs, and one of those gigs that I picked up a couple times was writing college papers for people. There was a grad student who I wrote one for who was tasked with studying a social program, right, that affects communities. Really fucking generic fucking base level shit.
Yeah.
I had no fucking clue what to do, so I just did some research on my own, which I was doing anyway for fun because I'm a nerd like that. And I found these things called empowerment zone and community renewal programs. Now these are, I think these are trotted out under Clinton initially, maybe, but the whole notion is tax. They declare these areas that need rehabilitation. They say this is a tax zone. If you start a business here, you'll get tax breaks. What they failed to mention and highlight is that those actually ended up being those tax deferment grab bags for developers who would price out residents in those communities and then sometimes even get the cities to use eminent domain to relocate them into existing ghetto areas that were already overpacked and full of crime, just so that they could tear down the old houses, put up some lovely condos, and build a fucking call center.
Right.
Now, the problems with those programs, and I don't even know if they're still in effect, but the problems with those programs are so readily evident that you'd have to be kind of retarded not to notice it. But Then when I remember that I was writing a term paper for a graduate student about this issue, and they got an A on the paper, provided they could provide the professor with some professor, whatever, academic, with additional resources to show how they learned this shit, because clearly they were a dumbass the whole time.
Right.
Yeah, that says that the people walking around with masters right now and maybe public policy maybe don't know all that much about public policy. But hey, we've got pundits to fill us in, so back to Fox and Friends.
I there's not much left on that article, honestly. Just Soledad O'Brien getting pissed off about it. The one thing also that I would like to add to that is the worst thing to happen to the black community since Jim Crow laws was the war against drugs. Hands fucking down. Hands down.
Oh, that went hand in hand with the HUD programs that created the projects.
Oh yeah, no, 100%, 100%. It was the creation of projects, and it was the war on drugs and how we decided to tackle something that was inexplicably, but somewhat not so and kind of understandable, affecting specifically low-income black neighborhoods, and how we treated it, and we didn't. There were probably a lot of smart people in the 70s and 80s that were saying, like, this is going to affect one specific type of people, and nobody cared. Nobody fucking cared, because they're like, we're going to get rid of the drugs. Well, how did that work out?
Not initially, though. Not initially, because I think it's important to point out, though, like, the war on drugs, right? When Nixon launched it initially, the original plan was actually to dedicate most of the resources, a lion's share of the resources in this new initiative, to treatment and outreach. But what happened was, as election cycles got ramped up, as we know, especially on the right, we always get this hard line law and order sort of style, because, like, you know, if as a politician, if you can go before generally conservative audiences, say something like, we're going to crack down on this problem, that means you're going to get tough, throw people in prison for a long ass time, militarize your police, which gives you the impression something is being done. But all that notion about treatment and outreach, that went out the window as each election cycle we ramped up more and more, to where SWAT teams, which were initially solely for the purpose of hostage rescue, were suddenly being used for no-knock warrants, as we get even to this day.
Right. So real quick before I say anything else, we're about to start pulling people in just a minute. So if you want to, guys, hop into the waiting room on the Discord. We're gonna pull people in. Just as a pop quiz before I start reading these super chats, though, Nick. Under what presidency did the drug war turn into something that was an absolute fucking nightmare and tore apart shit tons of urban neighborhoods? Which presidency was it? Which one where it was the absolute worst? Which one was it?
It was Reagan.
Yes, it was. Ronald fucking Reagan.
Well, here's the funny thing, though. That was
because of his fucking bitch-ass wife.
Not just that, but it was also because so the Carter administration, when it came into power, planned on legalizing marijuana, actually.
Yes, it did.
But because a number of his cabinet members, I believe it was, or members of his staff were caught with prescription problems, all of a sudden that got the kibosh, and the Carter administration couldn't say shit about legalization of marijuana or actual drug treatment, because the big huzzah at the time was, we got to throw these junkies and these dealers in jail before they inject marijuanas into our good white children. I mean, good Christian children.
the children, the non-denominational, non-racially descriptive children. All right. Anyway, so Anime Moon says, freak flags, oh boy, you shouldn't have said that. Jeff Weebs might get violent. Okay.
No,
I tell you what,
JT,
Anime,
yes.
I'm going to do this one, Anime Moon. I'm going to do this one, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm from now on, don't get me wrong, I love your shekels, but I am limiting you to one weeb video a show. Vetoed? Damn it. Fine.
That's not anime. That's M. Night Shyamalan. When did M. Night Shyamalan grow tits? Never mind. We all know that. No. Wrong. Arms back. Back. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh my God. Stop. This is in Manchester.
Ugh.
This is literally, this is a half a mile down the street from me. That's the Radisson, or was the Radisson. Yeah, there's TD Bank. Yeah, okay, yeah, this was Granite Con. So this is what we do here. On the bright side, though, in its defense, we are so behind the times that people here still think cosplay means dressing up like your favorite characters and not just showing titties off in a fake chrome bra.
This movie is better than Vax, though, don't you think? Yeah, well, I mean, Vax is shit, but this is cancer.
Actually, there's a really good chance Quinn and I were walking by when this happened. I think I know her.
Aiden Paladin?
No, she's standing up.
Shh, we're not going to talk about that. All right, enough
There's
of this.
a funny thing. There were a number. Here's the thing. Like, there were a number of shots in that clip where you could actually see the bar that I used to drink at right before they closed down, had a big renovation, reopened, and then had someone murdered in the alleyway that night.
Oh, so, nice.
Oh, it's a great part of town. Yeah, downtown Manchester. Welcome. Yes, you can see the grass is green, and don't let this video fool you. Most of these people of color are probably from Massachusetts because there are not that many in Manchester.
All right, so Eddie Monster says, Tia and Tamara titty milk. And also says, I'm not okay with just giving my money directly to a low-income black family or any family. However, you want to tax my pay and give it to some rebuilding low-income black neighborhoods, start programs to get black youth off the street, sign me up. Same, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
don't you know what? Here's the thing. Don't even think about it as like allocating your tax money and then just dumping it into a program. Like things like the Easy CR program, which if it would have been done right, might have actually helped. That's actually about offering the kind of tax breaks and incentives to industry to actually go to places where jobs are badly needed. That gets killed by people like Scott Walker, for instance, who in 2011, after being elected as governor of Wisconsin, decided to kill a light rail program, which would have linked Chicago up to Milwaukee and Green Bay and Madison, created several thousand jobs. And the old train factory, which was already sitting in the dead center of Milwaukee's lower income residential area, this massive structure, they already had a contract to begin producing those. And because Scott Walker's college roommate didn't get the contract, he killed the deal to tell Obama to go fuck himself. So
Scott Walker is a giant piece of shit.
A massive piece of shit. Yeah. He cheated in college. No.
All right, I'm about to bring somebody in. By the way, Dieter Lucum, I know you're watching. Get in the fucking waiting room, you asshole. All right. First up is the Undead Christ. Oh, shit. What's going on, buddy? Hello, Undead Christ. How you doing, buddy? Oh, shit. I still wasn't unmuted. There we go. Hello, the Undead Christ.
Aloha, Akbar.
Hello. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes.
I'm going to need a lot more PBR for this, I can tell.
And I know just what to do. He's in the waiting room, but he's not actually listening to the show.
Who? Dieter?
No, the Undead Christ.
Oh.
Denied! Sit down! All right, somebody else.
Fuck. I could hear him.
Could you?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, he was fixing his shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Why can't I hear him? Oh,
He's
fuck
low.
me. You know what? Here, I'm going to fucking shut down my Discord and restart it. Motherfucker.
Oh.
That's
Hey, Undead
right.
Christ. Oh, wait. Actually, I'm the only one who can hear you right now.
Yeah, because I apparently...
Dude, don't say those things about Jeff.
Hey.
All because he makes a mistake from time to time.
Hey
It has
now.
nothing to do with
Hey
his third
now.
note.
Hey now.
Oh, hey, Jeff.
God damn it. No, I don't know what it is. Sometimes, for some reason, like every now and then, my Discord, especially when we're doing the show, like it just decides to make everybody muted and quiet.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I just got distracted thinking of a Ricky Carr joke where he says, "I'm very conscious about my health. I'm rather
Facebook
concerned
does
because
that shit whenever I'm on the phone talking to my kid.
yeah,
She'll get a phone call. My mom will get a phone call, and it'll make my voice go super low or turn my volume all the way off, and they can't hear me.
I maybe think your family just doesn't like you. No, it's not true. No one's family likes me.
My daughter sometimes will tell me, "Dad, you're calling me too much."
Oh, hang on. Let me get, is she between like 10 and 14?
She is 12.
Yep. All right. Yeah. I'm just noticing Quinn is now starting to get into this. What is it? So like she'll be over here. I'll leave her to her own devices, but I'll just pop in and check to make sure she's like not doing anything stupid on the computer or whatever, or just see what she's up to. And she gave me this whole breakdown. She's like, "Oh, I feel like so and so doesn't pay enough attention to me." I'm like, "Oh, is that what's bothering you, honey? Is there anything I can do?" She's like, "Well, no, that's part of the problem. You pay too much attention to me." Like, huh?
Exactly,
what?
Man.
I can't win. Yeah, we can't win. Dads cannot win, especially with daughters, because.
And she told me that she said, "Dad, I know you call me so much because your dad didn't call you enough."
Ow! Whoa!
Oh! Yeah, I had a good cry for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean you gotta have some pride in that though. Your daughter knows how to offer a meta level burn.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, Dad, I'm not saying you're a bad dad just because of who you are. I'm saying you're bad at this because your dad was bad at it.
Exactly. She can do some sick burns when she wants to.
When they're not intended to.
Yeah, she's a shit poster in training.
That's her so. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was telling her I was trolling some fuckers on Facebook the other day, and she was like, "Tell me what you were doing, Dad. I want to know."
Well, I think it's funny.
What were you doing to people on Facebook?
Earlier today it was trolling people about Chick-fil-A.
I'm kind of retarded.
Okay.
Were you trying to convince them to order something double animal style, and swearing that like if you just keep insisting, they'll have to give in eventually?
No. One of the pages I follow had posted something about Chick-fil-A is donating to anti-LGBT people again. And I said, well, I'm all for the boycotting and everything, but I do it my way. I go in and I buy one large cup a month, and I use it all month long. So I'm not exactly paying for the sodas each time.
My brother actually does that at McDonald's. He'll grab he'll grab
the fucking shit out of that.
Yeah, he'll just rinse it out, and then he'll be at a work site and there'll be McDonald's. Be like, I'm going to get a Coke real quick. Just pop in.
Exactly.
Yeah. You see, I was a big fan of Chick-fil-A, but I'm also a big fan of gay rights, so I decided to just start stealing food from them.
This is for equality. Fuck you.
Well, no, I know, Jeff. I'd never say that because then someone would hear me while I'm breaking in the middle of the night. It's fucking rappelling down from the goddamn vent shaft. Like, there we go. Almost all right. There's the chicken patties.
My local Chick-fil-A actually stopped doing the free refills for a minute
because of you.
Yeah, because I've made them go through at least 4 or 5 boxes of Dr. Pepper in a month.
Fucking look at you, man, ruining shit for everybody else. You should be ashamed of yourself.
There was so much of an uproar at the mall that they reinstated it the next month.
So much of an uproar at the mall. There were seniors at 11 a.m. getting the tracks clean off their walkers. They were so upset.
Those mall walkers were so pissed.
This is especially when I decided I was going to start cosplaying Day of the Dead. That confused the shit out of them. I mean, y'all knew you knew Jeff was going to die sooner or later. You just didn't think it'd be from a railroad spike to the head, did you, Edith? Huh? Fucking hell.
I have a railroad spike warhammer, so I could probably do that.
What was that story? There was like a famous old story when, well, several of them in sci-fi, but when somebody gets to a certain age, they're basically just killed off in some ritual fashion. It'd be great if we could combine that with zombie apocalypse enthusiasts. So, like, you know how like malls are dying off.
Wasn't that an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation?
It was in TNG for certain, because
I remember that. I can't remember which episode, but I remember that distinctly.
Yeah, they milk. Well, oh wait, hang on. Oh fuck, no, it's like Jeff will come back. He'll remember.
And then Voyager had like the opposite, where the aliens, when they got older, they turned into children, and then they were killed off.
Yeah, well, if there's one thing we can count on Voyager for, it's to take something and just double down on it and stretch it out for 45 minutes. No, I really, I think with the growing enthusiasm for like what everyone's like, what I would do in the zombie apocalypse, right? We should actually just do this thing. We can actually partner with AARP to make it happen, right? So we just find we just gather all the most depressed old people together, tell them, yes, it's time to take a mall in the a mall walk in the morning, but this will be the one which sends you off to those pastures in the sky, because some millennial with a like half a dozen wannabe Negans will just run up and club them. And then we can employ even more people to clean up the mess before the mall opens. And that'll actually bring business back to the malls, because those things are fucking graveyards.
Look at you, Nick, creating jobs. You are saving America.
That's why I'm running for Senate.
He's a true patriot. True patriot.
Yep.
I'm considering running for governor of West Virginia, actually.
Why not? Fuck it, dude. Why not?
You just bash
anything to get Jim Justice out of the office.
Yeah, it's like you're sitting around with your you're sitting around with your campaign team trying to come like, what if we accuse Jim of fucking his cousin? No, that'll just assure his reelection.
Exactly.
Is his cousin?
Greenbrier County's not known for cousin fucking though.
But I imagine you can name a few counties that are.
Oh yeah, plenty. There's in Boone County, there's a family known by the name of the Gandys. That's their last name, of course. Where they're they got a lot of web toes.
What?
We're just waiting to find one with gills so we can claim that they're the basis for Kevin Costner's character in Waterworld.
As soon as I find one that's got gills, I'm gonna fuck that one. So my kids have gills.
Oh my god! Hold on a sec. I'd never thought of this. What if Kevin Costner's character in Waterworld was actually the result not of evolution but of inbreeding?
Whoa.
Hey, possible.
Whoa.
Web toes.
Whoa.
Gills.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner's acting ability in the mid-90s.
Exactly.
I think we're onto something. Sir's watching says I don't mind Waterworld too much. I'll be honest with you, I enjoy the movie. I do. It's got Dennis Hopper in it.
So
Full
what?
stop.
Dennis Hopper is not a good actor.
No, but he's a wonderful performer, which is a different thing entirely.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I think one of the greatest and most underrated scenes in cinematic history was in True Romance, where you have Dennis Hopper doing a scene opposite Christopher Walken.
That was a really good scene.
When you were asking about dick-filled cream pastries, I found you some. I sent the link to you on Twitter.
I wasn't serious about not knowing if those things existed. I was pretty fucking sure they did. I've been on the internet before, okay?
But I found them.
Yeah. It's like I just want to find a feminist bakery where like every day when they get their jelly donuts and they just step on half of them and be like, it's the Pride donut.
Oh no, these were dick waffles that were stuffed with cream.
Dick waffles that are stuffed with cream. Can you send it to me?
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, your P.O. box is just gonna fill up with stale pastries real quick.
Oh my god.
It's like it's not a cock, it's a scone.
Speaking of weird random gifts that I've gotten in the P.O. box, though, I had a barbecue over here at my house not that long ago, just the other day, and I was like, yeah, I get weird shit in the mail all the fucking time from people. And they're like, oh, yeah, like what? And I went and I grabbed that fucking giant horse dick that my patron sent me one year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, yeah. Start running around smacking people in the face with it. It was great.
We're gonna need a.
It's always fun when you slap somebody in the face with a rubber cop.
Oh, I do.
You know.
Oh my god.
You know what's gonna have to happen though. Like when you reach 100, let's say 150K, right? When you hit 150K, you're gonna need you're gonna need your characters to show up for a celebrity death match. So it'll be like it'll be basically like the tag team of Leroy and Mr. Wiggles versus Hemlock and Uncle Jim.
Uncle Ted.
Send it to you in Discord, sir.
See, Nick doesn't even know my characters. What the fuck? What kind of wife
Listen,
are you? What kind of a wife are you?
I watch your videos on the regular. That episode 1 of that new one, that episode 1 of Vaxxed was great. I'm so glad I caught that because I totally have notifications on. You know?
Don't worry, Addy. We won't lock you in the closet.
I will.
Now you get to experience the first 15 years of Jeff's life.
Damn, Jeff, you got locked in a closet for 15 years?
It's a weird story.
Yeah.
I'd say.
It's a short one, though, too. Jeff was locked in a closet for 15 years.
Yeah, the story's over. The end.
Story's over. The end.
They kept feeding me something they kept calling Soylent, but then when I got out and discovered that was a commercial product, I had a feeling it was relatively new compared to how long I was eating it.
Oh, man.
So what's your favorite scene in Waterworld, Undead Christ?
Favorite scene? Oh, shit. Dude, it's been like fucking 10 years since I've seen that fucking movie.
I'm gonna save those extra towels that I was using to refill up my vape here for when I'm fucking my Fashlight later. Anyway, what were we talking about?
You can take those towels and turn them into a dildo and fuck your Fashlight with a dildo towel.
Ooh, that'd be weird. All right.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, anything you want to shill, share, promote, or put out there into the world, man?
Yeah, this time instead of my buddy's band, I'm gonna shill my little brother's YouTube stream.
Yeah. Okay. What's the
he's
name
already
of
got
it?
He's already got 500 subscribers, and he's doing a hell of a lot better than I am on YouTube.
Good for him.
Logan DC.
Logan VC.
Logan DC.
Logan DC. Okay. Make sure you send me the link to that in Discord, and
I will. And I sent you the waffle cream-filled dicks on Discord too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What is this thing? Let's take a look at this real fast. No, not that. Not that.
Yeah, it's great. You can take that.
Waffles are arousing a lot of attention.
Oh, and
Oh.
Precisely who you would expect.
Cream.
Oh, it looks like they got little legs that hold on to the pole.
So this is what Squiggums has been up to. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
We miss you, Squigs. Come back.
I miss Squigs too.
Well, I mean, just the sheer fact that like a single user in the Discord could just show up and everyone would be like, "Oh fuck, oh no, what now?"
Yeah, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, anyway, we love you, Undead Christ. We'll talk to you again soon, brother. Just make sure you send me that link to your brother's YouTube.
I didn't get you guys on any lists this time.
Not yet. Not yet.
We do that ourselves. Don't worry.
All right. Cheers. Cheers, buddy.
I can just picture whatever NSA monitor is tasked with watching this show on the regular.
Let's see. Okay. Enemy Moon
he
says,
looks like a...
Oh. I was just going to say, he looks like a young boogie with Mardi Gras beads.
Enemy Moon says, don't worry, Jeff. I'm not going to have money to pull off this again until next tax season. In any case, Addy, does this mean we're going to have Tia and tomorrow titty milk with a plate of Nuki cookies to go along with it? No more desserts ever again. Donnie says, I may be in the waiting room, but no parents. They don't feel like having the chance to talk to you guys tonight. They don't know what they're missing. Damn fucking straight. Andy Monster says, I'd rather just keep eating Chick-fil-A. Fuck what that old-ass CEO thinks about who puts what in my where. Game money spends the same as straight money, and I take pleasure knowing my presence is defiling his establishment. He can't stop me being there. Yeah. Yeah. Dude.
Yeah,
Preach,
there you go.
sister.
So you gotta go find that homophobic baker and just convince him to make you a wedding cake, and then when they're done, be like, thanks. My boyfriend loves identifying as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You're a peach.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up we've got Ward Off Demons. Ward Off Demons, hello.
Hello there. How you doing, guys?
Oh my god. So pooped and almost so drunk, but not really. Not yet. Working on it.
Yeah.
Bizarrely sober.
Me too. It's like 1:45 in the morning here, and I'm still drinking, so.
Fuck it. I mean, what else are you gonna do on Wednesday night, you know?
Sleep before I go to work in the morning? Fuck that. YouTube Saints is on.
That's right. That's right. I do want to mention though. So there are plans. There are plans within plans. It's a Dune reference. So there's a Dune reference for the night.
Nice.
That at some point this year, in theory, I will actually be coming over to England, one way or another.
Damn! I have a bottle of scotch in the cupboard already, Jeff, waiting for you.
Yes, this is gonna happen. 100%. I'm into this.
It's a £50 bottle of scotch as well.
It's a £50 bottle of scotch. What kind of scotch is it?
It is a very nice scotch, which comes from the Speyside region of Scotland from a small independent distillery.
Ooh. Okay. So it's not even like the kind of stuff that we can get imported over here into America either.
Nope. In fact, you can't actually buy it in most shops down here in the south of the UK. It was brought down by a friend of mine who actually visited Scotland.
Ooh,
is anybody else hearing Mad World playing in the background, or is that just me?
Yeah.
That's your internal monologue type thing going on, Nick.
Yeah. It's like one of the few countries that speaks my language that I'm not banned from. I can't afford to get there.
Oh, come over here as well then, man. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make a party of it.
We need to. We need to invade Europe. Although however long the people are going to be in Europe, because like here's the thing, you know, UK is trying to do Brexit, and I guess the Netherlands right now are voting
7 days.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'd probably be arrested for misgendering Theresa May if I ended up, for some reason, calling her a capable statesperson.
The thing is, if you actually accuse her of being capable in her job, you'd probably get done for defamation of character.
But what did you hear about this thing that's supposedly going on in the Netherlands where they're trying to vote to leave Europe?
Yes, they are kind of trying to follow suit, and this I think that if we actually do leave the EU within the next week, which is what's planned, I think we're probably going to see in the next 5 years a decimation of the European Union.
Well, I got to be honest with you. Like, aside from London and Amsterdam, I don't really give that much of a shit about Europe. I'm not trying to be an asshole about it, but like those are the two places that I really want to go and see.
Well, I'm not far from London, so, you know, if you need a couch to crash on, there's one here.
Yeah.
As an Englishman, what do you think about the fact that after we had Vermin Supreme on the show, Lord Buckethead followed us on Twitter?
That's pretty damn cool. Now, I'll be honest, that I didn't quite get Vermin Supreme. I didn't quite understand it. Perhaps I wasn't drunk or stoned enough. But you know what? Absolutely awesome. The fact that Lord Buckethead was following you, that's epic.
Oh, I'm going to invite him on the show.
Yeah, you should. Absolutely. I mean, that guy is just...
He's
a cult awesomeness over here.
Maybe in like 2020, perhaps, we can have like an election night special with Vermin Supreme and Lord Buckethead.
Oh,
that would be really good. Yeah.
That would be insanely
Hang
good.
Hang on. Undead Christ is saying Lord Buckethead followed him too. Is Lord Buckethead now just a fan of the Saints World? Ooh. Everybody tweet at Lord Buckethead on Twitter right now saying, why aren't you watching?
I'm on it, Nick. I'm on it. Lord Buckethead, why aren't you watching?
See, at this point, like, I mean, if we want like a farcical worldwide political character on again, all we need to do is convince Milo to come on here, and we can be like, hey man, we got like $3 to go towards that debt of yours.
Done.
Nice.
At Lord Buckethead, why aren't you watching Midweek Saints on the YouTube Saints #Twitch?
There we go. Well done. That's activism at its finest.
Damn straight. Thy will be done, Nick. Thy will be done.
I would love to hang out with Lord Buckethead. That'd be fucking great. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I barely know anything about the guy, and that would make me booking guests a lot easier.
Well, I like the idea, because we're not a political show. Like we might delve into a little bit of political talk here and there, but for the most part, we mostly try and just focus on being fun and having a good time. But I still also really love the idea of hosting really weird alternative political candidates that nobody ever talks to. That sounds fun.
Vermin was one of our better guests.
Well,
easily one of our best guests, I feel, was Vermin Supreme.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I must admit, I told my other half about it, and she loved the idea of being given a pony. She wants someone in the UK to do, run under the same principle of everyone gets a free pony.
Yeah,
that's and that's a weird thing when you think about it too. Like having state-funded ponies that are national ID ponies that you have to have on you at all times to prove your identity does sound like a very British thing when you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is though that it wouldn't quite be proper because only the elite can have ponies and horses. The poor just don't deserve them. They wouldn't know how to look after them, and we can't be having that now, can we?
See,
the commons, goats.
That's how you raise up the lower and middle class. Is you get them on the same level as the rich elites. You get the ponies.
But we can't be raising up the poor scum of this country because then they'd be in the same arena as us. And don't you know they are the great unwashed?
I forgot that the great unwashed. I'm the great unwashed. Look at me.
I am. I mean, for Christ's sake, the great unwashed is pretty much defined as anybody that's not earning £100,000 a year after tax.
What the?
That'd be great though. You could make one of those. You could make one of those great British red pilled compromises where it's like, all right, listen, you can privatize the NHS, but can I have a pony, please?
Right, it's fine. You're not going to pay for my fucking mum's cancer treatments, but what about their fucking pony?
Pull the cable out.
Can make it like slightly no ponies. You're out of ponies, then we have kind of a retarded horse. Then
Thing is, what you got to bear in mind,
Downsy thoroughbred.
You. Nick, the thing is, that if you put that accent on while talking about a pony, people are going to think you mean either a couple £100 or a shit. Listen, someone said I'm going to do a pony, it means you're going to go to the toilet and have a really, really massive shit.
Hang on, is that legitimate English slang? Oh, okay, because I thought, half the shit just sounds made up, so I'm going to have a pony real quick. You what? No, never mind. You've been eating curry all night.
I'm gonna use that all the time with memes now too. She'll be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta make a pony.
Let's do a pony.
I gotta do a pony. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I got to drop the horses off at the dock, if you know what I mean.
Then you best be fucking spraying that goddamn Lysol up in there, God. Oh fuck! All right.
Here's the real trick, Jeff. You need to get your wife so used to using obscure British slang that you can be like, "Oh, excuse me, ma'am, so I'll be back. I gotta go beat the cock off in the bathroom." And then you could just be straight up like, "No, I have a hack job. I gotta go take care of it real quick."
I can teach you that one. That's a Tommy.
It's the game.
That's a Tommy?
No, that's a Tommy. Yeah, a Tommy Tank, a wank.
A Tommy Tank, a wank. Okay.
Brad Pitt is another one for shit.
Are you saying that Tommy Robinson's name? Jerk off.
Well, I mean, come on, if the cap fits.
Well, everyone, I hope you join us this Friday. Our guest will be Robin Kething, apparently.
Having a Brad Pitt is taking a shit.
Yep, that's another one for shit. Bees and honey is money. I mean, just watch Green Street Hooligans and you'll get all the Cockney slang you need from there.
Oh my god, this is wonderful. Fuck yeah, dude. Well, that's one of the reasons I want to come over to England is to learn the accents, learn all the different dialects. Because in America, we have very distinct and very easily differential slangs and accents, you know. But in London, or not in England, in the UK, just in the larger UK, there is something like 200, 300 different fucking accents. And
the dialect's even worse. I mean, even in London, there's so many accents because you've got the East and the London, which is where you get a lot of the Cockney rhyming slang from.
Right.
Then you've got kind of the west of London, and particularly the northwest, kind of particularly near where Wimbledon is, which is the elite. And then you get the kind of the plum in your mouth, silver spoon up your arse kind of accent where people speak rather properly, shall we say.
And then just outside of their neighbourhood, everyone speaks fucking Pashtun. It's fucking bizarre.
I sound quite like maybe I've got a big old fucking cock stuck in my mouth, you know? Yeah.
What was it? I mean, well, it's a funny thing.
Oh my god!
Well, I mean, like
what slang for jerking off a hobo? Tickle trunk? I've got no idea, but jerking off will be Tommy Tank. As for a hobo,
offering a rummy a tummy. Yeah.
A rummy a tummy.
Oh my god, guys!
Yeah. What's it? No, it's a fascinating thing though, because like even with all of those accents, like the proper received English, like the Queen's English that everyone knows, it's the Colin Firth of English. It's that. I mean, that thing is a complete artifice because once like the common folk were able to dress themselves in clothes that were mass produced, the rich folk were like, "Oh fuck, they're going to confuse us with them now, Charlotte. Better get to it."
I mean, let's be honest. The Queen's family is fucking German.
She is. Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. That's.
In fact, we talk about now in the UK, one of the key things in the UK is the whole anti-racism thing. And one thing that strikes me as really odd is that in the UK, and much like Germany, if anyone's flying the old swastika with a Nazi flag, it's actually legal. But in the US, it's not.
Right.
But yeah, in the UK, it's illegal to fly that. But the Queen, as when she was a child and her family, was literally photographed giving the Nazi salute.
Yeah, it's some troubling shit. Well, and there's also, if I'm not mistaken, there's a couple of like really weird connections, and it's not just in the UK, but it's in America too, to very noteworthy upper crust elite people who had some really spooky connections with the Nazis. Like in the America, it was Prescott Bush.
There's so much going on, and I can't help but think, and this is not an opinion, it's a suspicion. I'm not citing this as fact, but I'm wondering how much of it is Freemason / Illuminati related.
I mean, well...
It's goddamn Bilderbergs, man. You can hear it in their name, Bilderberg. It's Jewish and German at the same time.
It's weird shit. Because, like, in America, we make fun of the whole concept of, like, Illuminati and secret societies, blah, 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 because it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. And don't get me wrong, it's not to say that there's not, like, elites, and they do, in fact, do some pretty sketchy shit, and we know that they do. We absolutely know that they do.
But none of them fuck a dead pig.
That's the perfect segue to it, though, Nick. Is nobody in America is fucking a dead pig as a fucking ritual to get into a club, but in England they do.
Yeah, over here it's called recreation.
Excuse me, I'd like to point out he did not fuck a dead pig. He merely he merely received oral intercourse from said dead pig.
Right, a decapitated dead pig.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing. Here's actually another example. I would hate to misrepresent the former Prime Minister's position on dead swine.
He is not a pig fucker. He is a porcine lover.
It's not like he fucked a live dog in the ass. He just kind of fucked a dead pig's mouth. You know, I mean, who hasn't done that in his spare time? I've been to uni. We all have.
But the thing is, though, that I was actually out with a half in London a few years back, and we saw some people who were very clearly from the Oxford or Cambridge Uni, one of them, dressed up in all their tough clothes, and it's like they're just being idiots. They were extremely drunk, and I've been fucking smashed many times, but I'm like, I find that embarrassing just looking at it.
Lightweights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, no, that's what happens when, like, you know, you reach that age. You reach that age of 16, right? And, like, you know, some families give their children Bordeaux and others give them special brew.
I was drinking hard liquor, spirits, with my family at the age of 12 and 13. with my parents. They taught me how to drink responsibly. Drink a lot, but still drink responsibly.
Drink a lot, and then remember the train schedules.
Well, no, but that's not that far off though. I mean, like if you do learn how to drink responsibly from your parents, and one of the first things you teach them is how to read a fucking train schedule while you're drunk, well, that might actually get them home safe. Otherwise, here in the States, like we demonize underage drinking like a motherfucker, and then we also allow kids to start driving at 16 years old. But we're like, but it's so taboo. You got to hide you drinking. And no wonder there's so many kids that smash and wrap their fucking cars around a goddamn light pole.
I think we spoke about that on your stream yesterday, Jeff, which is you were saying that you think that the drinking age and the driving age should be reversed.
Yeah.
Now, over here in the UK, you've got to be 17 to start learning to drive on public land. I mean, I think you can start learning at 15 on private land. Like if you've got rich parents with like 28 acres, you can get an instructor to teach you how to manage a car.
Sure.
But at 17, you can learn and take your test. But then drinking is age 18.
Well, that's the thing. That's really like the crux of it. I mean, over here, right? You can sign up for the military, go off and shoot up and get shot up by some foreigner you've never met because the senator decided to vote yes. Hi, Hillary Clinton. Like, never forgive you, you wretched cunt. But you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. You can't drink though. Over there, it's like, and it's funny because it's like I've noticed when it comes to like I'm a motorcyclist. Whenever I talk to UK like bikers, it's like, oh yeah, now I finally fucking got my full license and I can ride something over 700 cc's or something like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, but yeah, you could so you could drink at 18, but it takes like an undergraduate college course to get your driver's license. Okay, why not? It's a weird thing, though.
Even more fucked up, seriously. And it's even more fucked up, Nick, is over here in the UK, you can sign up for the armed forces with parental permission at age 16. At age 17, you can go out on active duty. I think at like 17 years and 9 months. But you have to be aged 18 to buy the game Call of Duty.
Wow.
So you have to be 18 to play a game pretending to kill fuckers, but you can actually go out and kill fuckers and possibly be killed at age 17 years and 9 months.
Wow.
Well, they just want to make sure that like there's a decent chance that by the time you can buy that game, you've got enough experience to know how to move and communicate effectively. Because no one wants to be beaten by Koreans, do they?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a fucking joke in this country.
Meanwhile, in Russia, it's like 5th grade. Here is AK and keys to car.
So, ward off demons, man. Anything you want to show, promote, anything fun you found in the internet that you want to share with us?
2 things. First of all, Jeff, I've kind of taken your advice. I'm going to just do my first YouTube video soon, and I'm going to tell you the title. I'm staying away from the anti-vax stuff because you're doing that really fucking well. However, I have found a scientific study that's come out from somewhere in Europe by a lady called Rita Strakosha.
Okay.
Which I'm going to debunk. You're kind of taking on a bit of inspiration from you.
Aww.
Modern diet and stress cause homosexuality. Basically,
I knew it was Russian.
Eating too much junk food makes you gay.
Yes! Yes! Oh my god. Holy
so
shit.
all I have to do is learn how to edit, but I'll be debunking that. But the main thing I want to shill is my own Twitch stream.
Yes.
I've been twitching seriously for about a month now. And I am currently, let me just go to my dashboard, because I've been working my arse off at this. I am currently at 45 followers. I need 5 more followers and I get affiliates.
Hell
I've
yeah!
hit
Okay.
all the other benchmarks.
Send me the link. I think I have it, but I'm being a fucking lame ass because I know I.
No, I can send that to you now in Discord.
Okay, cool. Yeah, send that to me, and we're gonna get you your followers right now. Right.
And
now.
in classic fucking YouTube Saints fashion. As somebody with a startup channel and all, I look forward to, in 6 months, you having double my numbers and completely forgetting I exist. So, hey,
that ain't gonna happen, man. I mean, I'm hosting your stream here right now on my Twitch channel. I have a Discord server, by the way, and I've got who I'm calling my tech bitch, who has sorted everything out. And whenever any of you guys go live, either Jeff, your own one, Nick, your YouTube one, your streams, anything like that, it pops up in the who's streaming now on my Discord server.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm selling all your shit all over the place.
Excellent. All right. Okay. Well, there's 2 more follows for you, and I just blasted out in the chat, and you'll get affiliate probably by the morning. We got you.
Nice.
We got you.
Now wait until the next step though, when you start looking at what it takes to become partner, because you'll hit every
I've already
metric.
looked at it, and I've kind of looked at it, and then
I've got
back and forth, cuddling up myself, singing soft kitty.
I know.
Yeah, I've got 2 out of the 3 right now, because I've got the hours streamed and the number of streams and all that, and then it's like you need 75 average viewers. I'm like, oh wow, I'm at 7.6.
A mate of mine
10%
actually,
not bad.
A mate of mine had actually got up to 70, and I said, "How the hell did you do this?" He went, "Yeah, I paid 100 quid to get a view bot." I'm like, "What?"
All right. Well,
Yeah, I'm like,
Lord Bezos is not amused.
well, we are
No.
going to. Yeah. No. All right. So I'll be hanging out with you probably here in a minute. In a couple of days, doing another patron stream. But otherwise, dude, thank you so much for popping on, man.
thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Awesome stream.
All right. Cheers, buddy.
Bye.
All right, Larry Kubiak. Oh, okay. Addy Monster says, when you go maximum Brit Bong and say some shit like, my parents taught me responsible drinking when I was 12. God fucking speed Ward, you absolute fucking legend, mate. Larry Kubiak says, in honor of our guest Ward of Demons, here's a beautiful mix of English and U.S. culture in Cockney. Okay.
Oh my.
Oh dear, what is this?
I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I'm looking forward too. All right, here we go. Let's do this. We'll do that. Another.
I don't know why. For some reason, like it's decided it's just going to be a giant screen for me. Oh yes.
Arms down, arms down.
Oh, Bill Bailey.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, now I've been recording with the Stan Ennis experiment, and we've recorded an album. We'd like to play a few tracks from it. It's the greatest Cockney rock album in the world ever.
I've never actually watched this, but I've had people describe it to me, so I'm actually really excited about this.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
There it is. Available in all good foyers. Right, albums down, albums down. Right, so, ready then. Selection for the greatest Cockney rock album in the world ever. I thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I just wanted to pause it here so we could actually like enjoy a good 20 seconds straight.
And if you guys, if there's anyone in the chat right now who's not seen it, go watch Black Books or Black's Books. Yeah.
Yeah.
He killed it.
Rise it up. Take your time to the challenge of your rival. Things are tough when you're out on your own. It's a thrill, it's a will to survive.
he's like Tim Minchin.
I was gonna say it's like Tim Minchin's dad.
Yeah, it's like Tim Minchin's dad. Yeah, he's great.
It's the eye of the tiger, it's a thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of your rival. You're the lost soul survivor, you're the king of the crop. It's a thrill when you look in the eye of the tiger.
With a little mix of like Weird Al thrown into it too. Like the fucking dun 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 kind of like polka almost piano transition.
Have you ever caught any of his bits on IQ?
No. Well, oh no, wait. Maybe that's what I know this guy from.
Yeah. No, he's been on IQ, and I think no, wait, no, it wasn't IQ. It was Would I Lie to You? Yeah. Yeah, because he's been in a. I think I've seen a couple of them, those episodes with him and
it's QI. They're saying
QI. Yeah.
QI.
Oh yeah, QI. Yeah, yeah. Him and David Mitchell. Like,
okay.
They're just like super cuts of these guys' appearance on those shows.
Oh, take me down to Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Won't you take me down? Take me down to paradise, you take me down the old Kent Road.
Just give it a second. I'll brush my hair too. It's good.
Mine's all nice and neat. I'm gonna go take a piss.
Yeah, go take a piss.
The bats have left the bell tower. The virgins have been bled. 'Cause Bella Lugosi's dead on the ship's end. Bella Lugosi's dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Bella Lugosi's dead.
Just wait for it. Waiting for a second. You need to watch his cover of Hokey Cokey. Ooh, that sounds great. Another clip where Key Jimmy Carr puts a full sentence together with every letter on the magnetic board and makes sense. Ooh. Watching Stephen Fry fall apart on camera was amazing. Any time where Stephen Fry loses his shit is a great time. If you have a clip of Stephen Fry and this guy and Stephen Fry loses his mind, I want you to immediately send me that link in Discord DMs right now.
Yeah, the girl's name, Bella Lugosi's dead. This means nothing to me, means nothing to me. Oh, Vienna.
Hang on. This is so good. This is so good. We're supposed to be doing this show, but like, I mean, this is wonderful.
Me, I'm Kathy, I've come home, cook the kettle on, have a lovely cup of tea. First I was afraid, I was petrified. I thought that I could never live without you by my side.
Can I just say, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert is one of the greatest movies ever made.
I thought of all them wrong things you done and how you stitched me up, and I thought, never mind, I'll let you off, and I'm gonna tell you why. 'Cause we are family, we're family, alright. We'll be family, yeah, we're right now. Hey, Granddad's here, we ran away. Let's all have a lovely
This would be Random Account if you learned to play piano instead of guitar.
This would be Random Account if we could just get him a break with a production company. He'd be great. He'd be amazing.
Well, he won a stand-up. He won like a comedy competition and was awarded his prize by David Mitchell.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's
No
like
shit.
early buried. Yeah, well, the thing that a lot of people forget is like before he was the MRA hero that he is. Yeah, Mike's thing was comedy. You can find loads of his stand-up, like musical stand-up, him up there with a guitar singing a song about demanding equal rights between men and canines because they can piss in public and take shits wherever they want and sometimes hump things, and they don't get in trouble.
Man, oh my God.
Never seen you looking so lovely as you look tonight. Never seen you shine so bright. I've never seen so many people looking like a lot of little dogs. Looking for a little romance. Lady in red is dancing with me.
Okay, so my mom absolutely loved Krista Bergerac, especially Lady in Red. Like that was her fucking jam. Like my mom was such a straight arrow. I say was. She's still alive, not for long, but you know, she was such a straight and narrow, hardcore, good Christian woman. But I remember very distinctly points where my mom would be talking about Krista Bergerac in such a lewd way that my dad would kind of do the eye thing where he'd go like, you know?
Well, you know, hearing him sing this song, I want to write a parody called Canadian Red about some, you know, Yukon communist that I find on Twitter.
Yeah. It wasn't just Krista Bergerac either. It was Julio Iglesias as well. My mom was really
So she had some eligible husbandos, huh?
Mm-hmm. She did indeed. And we're still gonna pull people in from the fucking waiting room, so stay in there. We're gonna grab somebody soon, but we're almost
a bunch of people fucking all over.
The way you look tonight, you scrubbed up lovely for a posh bird.
Plenty of whiskey left.
And I will always love you. Will always love you. Will always love you.
See, I'm telling you, like there's a Weird Al influence there. It's very polka.
Oh yeah, I'm just wondering, are we gonna get copyright strikes on YouTube from him or from the people whose songs he's singing?
If we get copy struck, like if it's his production company that claims this video, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. He can have the ad money. Fuck it.
Very much unlike Ryan Reynolds. Ryan, you fucking pussy.
Family, that's why. I'll always love you. You're fresh and blood, mate. I'll always love you. I'll always love you. And you, I'll always love you. I will always love you. Why don't Bill Blady be the great one? Thank you very much. Good night. Have a banana.
Have a banana. That's good. That's good shit. No, that was fun. What a great fucking musical interlude. I liked that. That was fun.
It's a nice reminder. I actually recently just watched Ricky Gervais's Humanity, right? His stand-up special on Netflix. Really good if you haven't seen it.
It's not bad. It's not bad, yeah.
But Ricky Carr has got a new one out.
Yeah. Ricky Carr's alright. Yeah,
it's like, are you ever concerned about your health? You know, it's important to look after your health. One of my testicles is larger than the other two.
Oh, okay. So, Addy Monster says from the lovely Lola Bohemia. We will check that
Jimmy
out
Carr.
in a minute. But here's we've got a Portuguese.
Oh my God, I'm on.
We've got a Portuguese in here.
Oh, finally some love, Jeff. Thank you.
I love you. I love you. I'm just not coming to your country.
I mean, at least neck is consistently different to me.
Portuguese. I go to Portugal. It's like you and Carlos who are there, like waiting for me there. You're like, you like riding motorcycles? You need to come to Portugal.
I'm not opposed to the idea of going to Portugal. It's just, like, literally the only person that I would go and visit in Portugal is you. Now, if there's a bunch of Portuguese sluts, then, you know, maybe you could talk me into coming down. Like, that's one thing.
No, I mean, there are, but they try and hide themselves as better as possible. We're still a country dictated by appearances.
Don't tell him, but he likes to refer to Portugal as Little Spain.
Do they have big breasts and thick veiny dicks?
Do they get thinking of Brazilians?
Not at the same time.
See.
Actually, I'm going to sadden you tremendously. The #1 cosmetic surgery done in Portugal is breast reduction.
Wait,
naturally
what?
ginormous.
Really? For sure.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Oh.
Because apparently they prize their spine more than male attention. I don't know.
Well, you got a Belgian. You got a Belgian right now in the chat saying that Portuguese women also have mustaches.
Some of them as they grow older.
Like I was just like,
that's a thing. That's sadly a thing.
Well, okay, all right. Well, so here comes a philosophical quandary.
Yes.
In life is say you fall in love with a beautiful Portuguese woman. She is very endowed. She's lovely. You know that she's going to be very lovely in the early bit of her life, but in the end of her life, she's going to have a rather fine mustachio. Does that equation balance out? I kind of think it would.
Yeah, I mean, there's waxing these days.
Yeah, there's always waxing, but I mean, like, here's the thing though: as you get old, you just stop giving a shit, and everybody knows that. Eventually, you know.
Well, you do what everyone else does. You just divorce them, marry a younger woman.
You put a Tutter account together for them and then accuse them of something vile so you can justify stepping out.
Oh no, we do our life coupling the old-fashioned way, as God intended.
That's right. That's right.
We sneak off in the middle of the night and tell no one.
Now, given that Portugal is a small and obscure European country, I assume that you abduct your brides in sackcloth bags.
Is Portugal that small? I thought Portugal was pretty big.
Portugal is relatively small. I mean, definitely compared to the scale of the U.S., you could fit us inside several of your states many times over.
Oh,
Our
wait.
population is like 11 million.
Dude, I forgot. Portugal is like the country that's just kind of like the hanger-on of Spain.
It's the Spain flank, yes.
You see, Jeff, this is how you're gonna go missing if you ever come here.
Well, no, look. Here's the thing, and you gotta understand. I actually am rather versed in, at least more than most Americans. I am actually more versed in Spain's socio-political confrontation and conflict that they got going on right now. So I know that even though Portugal is a different country from Spain, Spain itself is like in a moment of fracturing, where there's at least 3 different distinct political groups that all want to secede from Spain. So, like, I don't blame you guys. In fact, I have more power and more respect for Portugal because you guys were way ahead of the curve. You were like, we're getting the fuck out of this fucked up country. So good on you. Good on you.
Oh, hey, it is what it is.
Because Spain is fucked up. You know what country you never hear a bunch of stupid shit coming from? Portugal.
Yeah, we were not very big about that.
After the slave trade, things kind of quieted down, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's fine now.
Hey. You don't turn away good money. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm lying for. No, we were doing it for philanthropical reasons. Putting all those people in boats and then bringing them over to Brazil.
It's like, listen, the Portuguese
those people, Jeff.
Listen, the Portuguese
it's
slave
missionary
trade.
work. Only it's like an advanced version.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, listen, I don't hear you talking shit about Carnival cruises. Same thing, different outcome.
Oh boy. Oh wow. Jesus Christ.
To be fair, I mean, we ended slavery much sooner than you did, so
it's true. It's very true. It's very true.
We didn't even ask for credit on that.
Well, and that's the thing. Portugal got ahead of Spain falling into shit, and you're like, nah, we're out. And wow, very progressive, very well thought. You're like, slavery, no, we're really good at it, but really like, yeah, no, we're out. And they're like, oh, wow, very progressive, very good. Like, okay, so you're trendsetters. I get it. Portugal is trendsetters.
Well, Portugal and Spain have a very complicated relationship.
Yes,
They're like siblings that really can't stand each other anymore, although we're close at some point.
Is it that tense right now?
Oh, dude,
it's not. It's more friendly ribbing.
Yeah, they're known as the European Koreas.
Well, so what about the efforts to like secede in, say, like Barcelona? Where does Portugal stand in that?
I mean, they are a neighboring country, so of course, diplomatic sobriety is maintained. Especially because, like you said, European Union is on very shaky ground.
Yes, it is.
So we probably may have to default to our conventional relationships. I mean, our own like relationship with the UK is the longest historical alliance.
True.
Maintained between two countries.
Even though the day Brexit actually goes through, a bunch of Portuguese versions of the crab rave meme are going to go out with like, British tourists are gone.
Oh, God.
Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. I've been doing a lot of research lately on this video that I've been working on. At least, so, I mean, yeah, I know there's a lot of UK tourism into Portugal. At least.
A lot of it.
A lot. At least, you guys get high scale UK tourism, not like fucking Bulgaria.
Or Greece.
Bulgaria and Greece. Those fucking areas, Macedonia, like all those fucking places for like low rent UK fucking tourism.
What's the tourist interest in? What's the tourist lure in Bulgaria? Kidnapping?
No. Well, okay. So it was a huge thing actually about, I'd say 10 years ago was when it really first started, of a bunch of UK people, a bunch of UK upper middle class socialites trying to like buy up property in Bulgaria to turn it into like the tourist destination for UK people. Don't go to Morocco, don't go to Portugal, don't go to any of those fucking places. Go to Bulgaria instead. And this wingnut that I'm researching bought up a shit ton of property in Bulgaria. In the Rhodope Mountains. So like that's where my head's been at for like the past 2 weeks.
Sounds like something at a hostel.
Yeah, I know. Well, surprisingly enough, somebody that I'm researching started a hotel, a fucked up hotel, and guess what happened? A bunch of people went there and died.
Holy shit.
Yeah. This video that I'm going to be putting out this week is fucked up.
Dear God.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
It's like they were going for the
hook now.
Higher price clientele. Something like kind of like Ricky Gervais, except more drunk, less diet, quite as pasty. Yeah, it's a good time.
Quite as pasty. Well, what have you been up to lately though, Bar? We haven't caught up in a minute.
I've been exhausted with work. Honestly, haven't even gone to train this month.
To train what?
Train MMA.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot you're doing that.
I used to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu before that. Actually, my coach is a British expat living here.
Oh, is he?
He's got nationality now because of marriage. Because he met a Portuguese woman back in the UK, married her. So he's been living here long enough.
Do you do majority like jiu-jitsu, or what do you mix it up with?
Oh, it's like grappling. Skill set is a very solid base of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a lot of influence of American wrestling, which has become the norm now in MMA. For the takedowns, transitions, clinch work.
See, I still
no
think
grappling for jiu-jitsu.
I still think there's a big blind spot when it comes to MMA grappling. They don't bring in fucking Wing Chun, and they should. They absolutely should. Wing Chun.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! No.
Yes.
No, my first martial art was Wing Chun for over 5 years.
Wing Chun is amazing.
It is horseshit.
Oh, fuck off.
Wing Chun is more striking, isn't it?
Wing Chun? No,
It's
Wing Chun is almost all grappling.
No, it's not, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Chi Sao does not count as grappling, dude. It would not survive.
I mean, you'd be better off going with a keto, and you'd be better off going with a keto at that point.
Well, Chi Sao...
You'd be better off with floral arrangement at that point.
Chi Sao is not a system by which you yourself can build a fighting style off of. I would agree with that. But Chi Sao can give you a really, really good edge, especially on initial contact right before you get into your grappling. And it's a good practice. You
mean all 5 nanoseconds where that lasts before you actually have to either strike?
Those first 5 nanoseconds determine whose ass is going to be on their fucking back at the beginning of it, of course.
No, Jeff, you're delusional.
Oh my God, I am not.
I will fight you on, dude. I had experience with Wing Chun. I transitioned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and grappling. Almost none of what I learned can actually be done.
You got brainwashed, man.
Two big things.
I'm not brainwashed. It's called progressive resistance, Jeff.
Well, 2 big things worth noting, Bar, is one, you're getting Addy really hot right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
But the second, I still find it funny though, because like, it used to be Ultimate Fighting, right? And then like we started just calling it MMA because it was mixed martial arts. And I so seldom from like, and I'm not talking about the fighters, because I know plenty of fighters, plenty of people who train, and not even to fight, just as like that's their exercise. But I'm always kind of shocked by within like, let's call them the flat brim chin strap monster drinking crowd who loves MMA.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's funny because you can say the words Jeet Kune Do to them and they'll just look at you like you're speaking Chinese, which you technically are. And it's like you do understand like this whole notion of mixing martial arts to create the ultimate fighting style for an individual is something like
Oh yeah, it's not a new concept at all.
it's not new. No,
it's not new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, well, I mean, it's relatively new though, because I mean, for the longest time, martial arts schools have been so proud of what they teach that the notion of diluting it with anything else is just unspeakable.
Oh,
And then
absolutely.
fucking
Mind
brutal-
you, I don't want to be the whole thing. Even those people that now are being like major MMA nut riders, going, "Oh yeah, this is the future, man. Doesn't matter what nobody else did before." That's also
Have you-
horseshit in itself.
It's like, yeah, it's like, have you never heard
It's
of
just
Bruce Lee?
it's a cycle. Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
Like,
Which,
yeah,
by
but-
the way, was one of the first people to heavily criticize Wing Chun
Yeah.
on its static.
Well, that's what he was
Oh, dude,
trained
no.
in.
Yeah.
That was his.
No.
That was his base, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bruce
Yeah,
Lee.
he started
Bruce Lee
with
was
Wing Chun and then found it.
classically
Go on, Joe.
classically trained in Wing Chun by Grandmaster Ip Man, and then he decided that it was too restrictive and that he wanted to have more of a free-flowing, easily adaptable, responsive martial art.
Yeah.
And so he developed Jeet Kune Do, which is still it's still predominantly Chinese based, but it's a lot more loose. A lot of contemporary Wing Chun martial artists will teach the tradition, but will also still teach the fluidity of Jeet Kune Do and how he condensed it into something simple.
Well, for the longest time over here in the States, and I imagine it's probably similar throughout a lot of parts of Europe, it's like for the longest time, the martial art was you're going to put your kid in martial arts, they go to karate class.
Or taekwondo.
And well, actually, Taekwondo is a little different in this sense because Taekwondo is kind of the intro to this, what I'm speaking about, but karate is very regimented, mechanical and shit. Kung Fu through and through is very fluid. It's about like fluid motion, responsive motion, and that kind of thing. So I could kind of see why it would be like, because I mean, a Japanese style, naturally, if they kick someone's ass with it, like, this is perfect style. The Chinese, meanwhile, like, hey, let's do the Chinese thing of just adopting other people's shit and saying it's ours.
It depends on a lot of different things. One thing that you have to keep in mind, and we're talking Japanese, or Chinese, not Japanese, Chinese, is during a certain point in a cultural revolution in China, Kung Fu was completely illegalized, and instead, it was about the same time as they started trying to modernize everything else in China, including Chinese traditional medicine. They tried to do state-sanctioned martial arts, and this became the basis for wushu. Wushu is effectively what the state turned their historic martial arts into, which is effectively acrobatics and tumbling arts. Basically.
Like, think of it a bit like what happened with Western sword fighting into Olympic fencing.
Or lightsaber
You start
fighting.
regimenting, stylizing everything.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more appropriate to say, like,
Yeah, but you still have things like Jeff. But you still have things like Sanda, which was basically Chinese kickboxing.
Yes, and
rule
Sanda is actually still very legit, very, very legit.
Legit as fuck. You have Chinese grappling arts.
And actually, oddly
for
enough,
example, a Qinna.
I was just about to say.
I'm not going to say all Kung Fu sucks.
I was just about to say Chin Na was one of the martial arts that they never legalized, and I don't know why they didn't, because Chin Na is fucked up. Chin Na is the art of joint breaking.
Well, dude.
That's what that martial art is. It is finding somebody's joint on their body and destroying it. Like, that's what the whole fucking martial art is based on. And they're like, no, that's totally fine. Kung Fu, though, that's illegal. That we have to illegalize any types of Kung Fu. Like, what the fuck? What?
It was also about cultural erasure. You got to remember Mao's whole thing about, burning the past clean to make room for what was coming next.
Chairman Mao is one of the worst things to happen to Chinese culture. Absolutely fucking atrocious.
It's a funny
but
thing.
Again, but this is important what you're referring to, the whole period of illegalizing, reconstructing, repackaging what martial arts is supposed to be. A lot of things got lost. And maybe at some point Wing Chun was the shit, but whatever did survive in Hong Kong and transmitted,
Well,
it's not that good of a system once it became mired in dogma.
Well, no,
and a lot of what if and theories, and not enough pressure testing.
So
refining.
my Sifu, when I was training, my Sifu was trained directly under Ip Ching. And Ip Ching, like Ip Man, who's the guy who trained Bruce Lee, his son Ip Ching learned as well. He became a grandmaster. Ip Ching already started to more modernize it, and then my Sifu modernized it even more into more of a free-flowing, fluid thing. He took lessons from like what Bruce Lee did. What worked, and what didn't. It got discarded. I'm not gonna say that like my Wing Chun is equal to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. No, fuck no.
No,
it's a system.
There's no overall grand secret behind the popularity of some arts. No. The whole thing came down to the Gracies did one thing, which is like, okay, let's actually do this. Well, let's actually fight people. Let's see what happens.
Sure. I've got mad.
If this is working. Like that's the big thing.
I've got mad respect for.
We'll go out there and we'll fight you. Maybe we'll get our asses kicked. Maybe we won't. We'll keep changing the system accordingly.
I've got mad respect for the Gracies, mad respect for MMA and where it's come from, mad respect for jiu-jitsu as a whole, where it's at these days. Mad respect for it. But I still don't think that Wing Chun can be thrown out with the bathwater. I don't think so. I still think Chi Sao is a fantastic fucking exercise, man, with grappling. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Dude, look.
I tell you what, Bar, here's what's gonna go down. I'm gonna come over to the fucking I'm gonna come over to Europe. We're gonna Chi Sao. We're gonna drink our asses off. We're gonna have a fucking fun ass time. It's gonna be great.
I could just take you to my gym and we could just roll a bit.
No, we're gonna Chi Sao. We're gonna drink, and then the next day you're gonna show me some Brazilian MMA, and you're gonna beat my ass. All right?
Once you get the whiskey shits out, of course.
Oh
yeah,
boy.
no. Let me poop before you fucking hit me.
What's
with some
this, Eddie?
MMA
Jeff
stuff.
and Bar need to grab each other on video, and you'll pay.
Hey, I'm a whore, man. I'm into it. Hey, Bar, anything you wanna shill, promote, or share with us, buddy?
Yeah, sure. I want to show this YouTube Saints Fight Club.
Yeah. YouTube Saints.
Just kidding. It's just a joke.
Saints.
When she asked me,
Club.
He's working a little slow today.
You know,
he didn't
maybe
have his V8.
blame Ramsey for this.
Maybe
It's
we'll.
going to be like MMA, but not so much intellectual.
You know, the.
He's the intellectual MMA.
I like to engage with the intellectual MMA with Mama JF.
You go to the female midweight class and wait for someone to take a firm blow to the head, and then you'll find your wife, provided she cannot remember the entire alphabet.
All right, we love you, Bar. We'll talk to you again soon. All right, buddy.
Love you too, boys. Always a pleasure to be on.
All right. Good night, virulent masculinity. All right. Addie Manson said from the lovely Lola Bohemia. We will check that out in just a second. Mr. Tickle Trunk says, have a good night. Friend needs some friend-to-friend time, so I gotta go. May your troubles be as few and as far apart as my grandmother's teeth. Addie Monster says, fun fact, I was live at the recording of Dan Harmon's Harmontown podcast, where Chris DeBurge played D&D with the crew, and he played himself, and he kept mentioning that fucking song, and it was hilarious. I wonder if there's actual footage of that. That would be fucking great. That'd be amazing. We got one more person to pull in.
It's weird. I'm still sober, so I don't feel like we've quite reached the end of the show yet.
Oh, and we're way past it, actually, honestly. Way past
Just noticed 3 beers tonight. Yeah, 3 beers tonight.
Yeah, I'm way drunker than you right now. Holy fuck.
My, how times change.
However do you want it? 1, 2, 3.
Look up Harmontown podcast on iTunes.
Show enough. Wait, what? How am I in? Oh my god. Randomly, I was in the live show. Show enough. What's up, Show enough? Show enough?
Not showing enough.
He's not showing enough. He is not showing.
Oh, I'm on push to talk. I'm sorry.
Hey, I know this fucking guy. How you doing,
huh?
buddy? How are you?
What's up, man?
How you doing? You feeling good?
Dude, I'm feeling great.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So I'm gonna
look in
send
general, and you'll see that Mido has turned into bald James Charles, so that'll bring your day down.
I'm sending you a link. I'm so glad, dude. I'm so glad that you're fucking popping into the show with me right now. I really am.
That's awesome.
Well, okay. So here's the thing too: is like I've been so absorbed with this video that I'm working on right now that I have not gotten a chance to really hang out with like patrons as much as I want to, and you're one of my patrons, especially for like the American crowd, and so I haven't gotten a chance to hang out with you guys. So being able to hear your voice, I'm like, oh, dude, okay, all right, I'm gonna send you a link in the Discord, and we're gonna watch this Bill Bailey clip together, and it's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Bill Bailey night tonight, I guess. No complaints. No
Eddie
complaints.
says, check my dick sword. Did you send me some more lewds?
I'm so glad you're excited that I'm here. This is awesome.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Absolutely. Shit biscuits. All right.
I literally was like, I'm gonna drop in and see what Jeff and the boys are.
Oh yeah, just fucking around, man.
Are you referring to my genitals when you say the boys?
I mean,
It's the most famous thing from any of my live streams. I'm just checking.
Look, I am over the next 2 days going to be producing something that I recorded and putting out 3 sequential videos in a row about somebody who is 10 times worse than Jillian Epperly, than the Jilly Juice bitch.
Turd sandwiches?
Oh, wow.
It is turd sandwiches. Holy shit.
What I have been investigating is so soul-crushing, it is going to be insane. I don't know why anybody subscribes to me, because honestly, everything I put out there is like, look at this awful bitch killing people! Are you ready? And I just feel awful for it. It's so gross.
I insist that you incorporate the SpongeBob opening to your show now.
You are rather good at it. I mean, I became a patron because of a video that you had done talking about a friend of yours' suicide.
I'll be honest with you.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah, that was fucking rough. I don't know, man. I understand tragedy. I understand the wake of crash and fall that comes from it. Let's check this out.
Yeah. Let's do this.
There we go.
Mouse. Obviously, Bailey's pocket mouse doesn't look like that. No. If you take away the handsome features, that's it, Bailey's pocket mouse.
Is it some sort of desert mouse that doesn't drink or something?
Well, you're almost right. You're very close.
Let me turn this up just a tiny little bit.
You could put any video with Stephen Fry in it, and then my day is just entirely improved.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Does drink, but only Bailey's.
Yeah.
That's right. It shins up the bottle like that, and it brings its own miniature parasol.
There is a particular oil-bearing plant in Mexico.
Jojoba.
Yes! And it was thought for many years that the Bailey's mouse was the only one that could tolerate eating it, because it is basically disgusting to all other animals.
Okay, so this mouse in specific can eat this like really nasty, fucked up fruit. I know that's kind of the case with. Have either of you guys ever eaten durian?
No. I've never eaten it, but I'm familiar with it.
I've never even heard of it.
It's this fruit. If you cut its skin, it will fill whatever room you're in with a stench so bad someone might just puke. It is the foulest smell of all fruits, and apparently it is delicious to some people.
No, it tastes actually. Really
I hear what you're saying, but in my head, I'm hearing my friends saying the exact same thing about my farts.
Yeah.
So
well, actually, I was.
well, that's the point. Yeah, it has then become a useful oil since whaling stopped. It has some of the same properties as whale oil.
A lot easier to apprehend.
Yeah, than a whale. Exactly. You just get hold of a jojoba plant and it gives off this oil. But very few animals eat it, and very few animals are tolerant of it. Because it's disgusting.
I'll be honest with you. Well, not if you're a Bailey's mouse, it's not.
I'm kind of retarded.
Exactly. And it was thought to be the only animal that could eat it.
Okay, here's the setup. So the only animal that can eat this nasty, disgusting oil of the jojoba plant, because apparently in England all J's are H's, is this little Bailey's pocket mouse. All right.
And in fact, 3 others have since
That
been
Lily
discovered
Allen.
that are also capable of surviving.
Yeah, Pete Burns. Lily Allen.
There's a picture of Lily Allen right there.
Sean Ryder is another.
And Bez, yeah.
Hey, we all went to the same kind of joke.
Go-to jojoba guys.
As an oil, it's a laxative, and so some people use it as a frying oil, so that when you fry things in it, it just runs through you. So it's just a good way of keeping on the diet.
Okay, so if you want to make sure that you're not going to be digesting too much, you could fry your delicious stir fry in the jojoba oil, and you're just going to shit your brains out, and it's just going to come straight through you.
It sounds like a benefit.
It sounds like fucking East Texas chili to me.
Yeah, right. It sounds like an average Friday night when my friends come over.
I know you know what I'm talking about, Standard.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, my God. Jesus. All right, let's go.
But mostly jojoba is used for...
Shampoo. Your skin.
Your skin, shampoo, cosmetics.
Yes.
Who was it who made jojoba famous?
Billy Connolly.
Billy Connolly, exactly, did a famous routine about jojoba. What the fuck's that? Jojoba? Jojoba? He has a way of repeating words, Billy Connolly, that I remember many years ago.
Isn't Billy Connolly the guy who was the dad in the Boondock Saints?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was also, and if I'm not mistaken, he was also when Monty Python used to introduce, and now for something completely different, a Scotsman on a horse. He was the Scotsman on the horse, even though yeah, and I'd always thought that was actually, what's his name, the tall one?
What were we going to say, Standard?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For the first time, he was elected president of Israel, and I got this phone call.
Billy Connolly was?
No.
I tell you what.
I may have phrased this the wrong way, but this particular person had been, and the phone rang, and it was Billy Connolly. He didn't introduce himself. He just went, Benjamin Netanyahu? He said, Benjamin Netanyahu? And I said, sorry, who is this? He went, Benjamin Netanyahu?
Give it a sec. I'm trying not to get his copy struck, but we're probably going to.
It'll happen anyway. But yeah.
What's that about? For fuck's sake, Benjamin Netanyahu? And then he put the phone down. I thought, it was Billy Connolly riffing on the name Benjamin Netanyahu. Yeah, and he would have done the same with jojoba. Jojoba.
The month before November, that was the joke, wasn't it?
That, exactly.
Sometimes Paul O'Grady phones me up and just goes, oh, I'll fuck a shy.
What is it with British humor, dude? I don't understand. It's so good.
It's just dry and it's to the point.
It really is.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
They don't really mess about.
They don't. What's your favorite British humor, Standard?
I really liked Coupling. I don't know if either of you have ever seen it.
No, I've seen Coupling. Coupling was great.
I really enjoyed that show. Other British comedies. I mean, obviously anything Monty Python.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Well, you've seen Mitchell and Webb, right?
I'm sorry?
That Mitchell and Webb look. Have you never seen that?
No.
Oh, you are in for such a goddamn treat. Here's the thing. You've inevitably seen the video clip of like the two Nazis sitting, like the two SS guys. Yeah, the two SS guys sitting in the little trench. Like, Hans, have you noticed our caps? There are skulls on them. Are we the baddies? That's from like the first season of Mitchell and Webb, and that shit is just that is it. David Mitchell is a fucking genius. In fact, I've sat for hours watching this show, QI, just clips of David Mitchell just responding to these questions with his very sarcastic, factual rage, as it was. And that's like, it's some of the best comedy. Have you ever seen? It's a separate comedian, but have you ever seen Russell? Not Russell Brand. Fuck, what's his name?
I'm familiar with Russell Brand.
No, it's not Russell Brand. It's not Russell Mitchell. Fuck, come on, chat, help me out here. Russell. Fuck, he had a Netflix special in a while. One of my favorite jokes. He's like, America's funny, isn't it? Walking around in New York. Oh, Russell Howard. Russell Howard. That's it. Russell Howard. Yeah. Walking around with my brother in New York. My brother's the greatest. I see this big sign about gas leaks, and it says, if you smell something, the worst thing you can do is nothing. And I'm thinking, well, the worst thing you could do is light a match. I looked to my brother. He said, how about that? Not the worst thing you could do. You could fuck a dog. Yeah.
All right, let's finish.
Yeah,
this
Russell
thing
Howard.
quick.
Never hangs out.
What's that? Get that? No. Stop it. No, don't.
Doesn't say no, don't.
Doesn't it?
No, that's Frankie Howard.
Oh, damn. So easily confused.
It was pretty good. That was pretty good.
I thought there was going to be more to it.
No, I
Well,
know.
it's one of the weaker clips I've seen from that show, though.
I was expecting more.
I was expecting more. This is disappointing as a holiday in Wales.
So what's going on lately with you, Standard?
Man, just working. I work a lot all the time. Shit sucks.
Should stop that shit.
Man, I would love to, but they keep sending these fucking bills in the mail, and that shit sucks.
Oh no, you got to do what I do. Stop picking up your mail. Works wonderfully.
But what do I do when they turn the lights off?
Oh, well, that's why you run extension cords into your neighbor's apartment and hope they don't notice.
Fair
Works
enough.
with me.
I mean, it can only be a net positive if you ask me. Holy shit.
Oh, worst.
I'll tell you something that I did come across really recently, though.
Yeah.
YouTube has like the weirdest algorithm. I don't know how this ended up in my feed, but I ended up watching sumo wrestling. Started watching it last week.
Okay.
Of all the fucking things. YouTube had like recommended this video about a Yokozuna that had just retired. Yokozuna is the top rank in sumo.
Right.
So, and that's how it got started. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Well, what else is there? What else is there about this sport? And then I start watching a few videos. And I just went down this rabbit hole. And the whole sport is fascinating. The whole thing is fascinating. To the way they like make the arena, they fight on an earthen mound.
Right.
And it's made using clay from the local area, and they use the same like wooden tools and blocks to like pack it and make it like they've been doing for 300 years.
Right.
So the whole thing is just really fascinating, and it was one of those just YouTube rabbit holes that people go down.
Yeah, no, I find like traditional sumo wrestling to be absolutely fucking fascinating. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna put this on, but I'm also going to just kind of mute it while we're talking. So you should mute it too.
No.
Fair enough.
But there is something absolutely astonishing.
Oh yeah, I've watched this.
About how they prepare and they pack the entire fucking circle, the way they prepare the arena. You know, the fucking stitching on everything, like it all has to be according to a beautiful fucking tradition. And these
Yokozuna, the Yokozuna are the only ones that are allowed to wear that white rope.
Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100% true. And it's just so fucking crazy. And when you see a full-blown sumo wrestler match, like, it is one of the most amazing examples of real raw human power. Like, these dudes are not genetically predisposed to being as big as they are.
No.
And
No,
they
they are not.
dedicate their fucking lives to making themselves into these machines. Like, it's wild.
Are you familiar with Hakuho?
Hakuho. No, I
He
don't
is
think so.
he is a Yokozuna, and I'm sure you've experienced this other sports where there's a debate about who the best player is or who the best coach is or the team is. In sumo, there is no debate. It is Hakuho. He has won over 41 top division titles, which is nearly twice as many as second place all time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Here, let's switch
He's
to...
won 1,100 bouts as a top division wrestler, which is a record, and he's won over 800 bouts as a Yokozuna, which is also a record.
Hakuho
This dude
versus Kakuryu? I can't remember.
That's Kiana Sato in the ring. He's the one that retired.
Yeah.
It's Kakaru is the guy's name.
It's funny because it's so easy to look at these guys and just think they're big fat guys, but no, those are masses of raw muscle.
Yeah.
With whatever fat they can spare.
That girth, it is solid fucking muscle. Like when you see Hakuho line up here in just a moment.
No, look at his shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. Tochinoshin's another guy who's, you could tell is just built like a brick shithouse.
These dudes are so fucking powerful. This is so crazy. Absolutely insane. And these dudes get fucking... These guys squat lower than most fucking twerk artists and ratchet ass...
Dude, if I squatted down that low, I'd have to go to the fucking hospital.
I know, dude. Me too. Me too.
Now you throw the salt to ward off evil spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And to purify the ring. The stomping is also a part of that ritual.
This shit is so fucking crazy.
How Gyoji there...
How fast it happens, too. This is massively powerful fucking people. Holy shit.
You know, this probably
Hakuho's in the brown there. Yeah, you see it's puts all the way back to the ring.
Yeah, centuries and centuries ago, though, was probably like the two biggest guys in an army who went up atop a mound and decided to have a wrestling match. And then from there, everyone wanted to see more.
And that's all it is. And that's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
And that's actually that's a long match. But that's two Yokozuna. Those guys are both ranked Yokozuna.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. I fucking love sumo. Sumo is so fucking cool, dude. It's wild.
I'd never give it. I'd honestly
there
never
is
given it
there
a
is a
full watch.
channel I will shout out at the end here that I would highly recommend if you're interested in following sumo.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I especially like if there's a way to like translate sumo into Western audiences, I think that would actually be a really cool thing.
They thought it was monster truck.
Yeah.
No, sumo. What? What? No. What? No. Oh my god.
Hey, Beardbarian's here.
Yeah, Beardy. DM with the tattoo. I'll check that out in a minute. But yeah, so anything, it's about at that point though. So Standard, anything you want to shout out?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
To promote.
Sure. We just watching the sumo here. There's a channel you can go to if you would like to watch. He usually covers the upper division guys and usually the higher rank guys. So it'll be Senyaku rank and above is usually what he covers.
Mm-hmm.
Which the Senyaku are the 4 top ranks.
Right.
Sumo. So it's Jason's All Sumo channel.
Pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward, and that's what he does. He puts the
All Sumo channel. Okay. All right. Yeah. Will you send the link to me through Discord DMs?
I sure will. I'll do that right now.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you.
He's actually, this guy's really cool. He's been doing this for about 10 years, and he doesn't have a whole lot of subscribers. I kind of actually hope he never gets discovered. Because he has like a really nice like niche audience,
right?
And I'd like to see, people want to see sumo. This is a great place to see it, but
I would be down for exploring a lot more sumo. Honestly, I think it's really fascinating stuff. And also, I will be hitting up you and also the other patrons really soon once I finally have this fucking project done. Once I finally have this thing edited and going out there, I'm taking the rest of the fucking month off to play video games and hang out with patrons and have a good fucking time. Because this is like 3 videos in a row that I'm going to put out one day after the other. And then we can just hang out. And I'm really excited about that.
Dude, yeah, we got to. Man, I've been playing a lot of Apex, man. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to play it recently.
I will play Apex with you like a motherfucker. I am into this idea.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do that then.
All right. Anyway, I love you, buddy. We'll talk to you again soon, all right?
All right, man. Y'all have a good night.
You
night,
too.
bud.
Peace out, buddy.
Peace.
All right, so catch up real quick. Donnie Ekholm says, Amanda Berry. Oh, shit. Sorry. I mean, Amanda Mary. Yes, indeed. I will be making a video series soon. Anywhere between 2 and 3 videos on Amanda Mary. It's going to happen. Just wait for it. Donnie also says, I'm heading out. Boys and girls, keep drinking. Have a good night. But Addie, don't get too much more drunk and horny tonight. It's only Wednesday, so you still have another few days until the next Saints. You can't lose all your love nectar by then.
Yeah, the require bail Saturday morning, not Thursday afternoon.
Well, we're going to have a really good show on Friday. Not only are we going to have Nate Talks to You, which is a really good buddy, and he's awesome. We both love the shit out of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
There was that one story that I sent to you, and I'm going to download those audio clips and put them into video format. This is the most awful example of a Karen I've ever heard in my life. And I kind of want to, like, we're going to have to talk about serious stuff on Friday, as we do. But this story about the world's worst Karen, I cannot wait to fucking throw all these audio recordings of her 911 calls while she was blasting out fucking N-bombs to people in public. Oh, my God. It's going to be so fucking funny.
That'll
Holy
be pretty
shit.
magical.
Oh,
yeah.
My God. My nipples are hard. How you feeling? You feeling good?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm, again, like, still getting used to being sober this late into a show, but it's coming across. It's coming along.
I am fucking trash enough for the both of us. So don't you worry, baby. I got you.
PBR doesn't do the trick. I don't get it.
No, it doesn't do the trick. Not for hardcore alcoholics like us. You got to get that cheap ass whiskey in the fucking it's the plastic. Look, the plastic bottle. The plastic bottle means quality. That means no matter what, you can't break it, and you can keep getting drunk. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, you can fuck your cousin and cuss your mother out, but you won't have to suffer the embarrassment of breaking your whiskey bottle now.
Goddamn right. You're goddamn right.
Mm.
Anyway, that's it for us tonight.
Speaking of cousin fucking, we got to get going.
We do. We do. We have a lot of cousins to fuck. We have been your YouTube Saints, or your Midweek Saints. We'll see you on Friday. 2 days from now, we're going to have Nate Talks to You on the YouTube channel.
Yep, 9 p.m. sharp. Remember, we moved forward. We'll
9 p.m. Eastern sharp.
Eastern. Yeah,
6
the only
p.m.
real time zone.
Pacific sharp. And actually, I talked to Magog, actually, just a couple of days ago, trying to talk about time slots, and he was like, you guys really moved? Just so, like, your audience can then, like, hang out at SideQuest once you're done? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, no, he hit me up, I think, that same day.
You guys are so sweet. What the fuck?
I got a message from, like, oh, we might be needing to move to, like, 5 Central or something. I'm like, no, come on.
We worked it out.
Everything is fine.
We worked it out. I talked to him.
No, I talked to him afterwards, too. And I was just like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, no, don't worry, never mind. A false alarm, sorry.
So, not only will we have an amazing show on Friday on the YouTube channel,
but
we're
y'all
also
get a programming block.
Going to be aggressively fist-fucking you into going and watching SideQuest as soon as our show is done. So, get ready for that.
Leave all your money with us.
Yeah, no, tip
give
us
them
out
the
first.
viewers.
Tip
But
us
yeah,
out
like
first.
just consider your new TGIF primetime programming block.
Right. Yes. No, that's right. Absolutely. And otherwise, we love you guys. We'll see you later. I'll be on Twitch tomorrow morning, and otherwise we'll see you on Friday, and then right back here in 1 week for the Midweek Saints, live on Twitch, having a ball.
And I'll be there. I'll be on Twitch later tonight.
Yeah, no, Nick's probably going to stream tonight, so it's cool. Good night, everybody. Bye. Well, I think that was a fantastic show. That was.
I thought it went well too, but that last comment about a TGIF primetime programming block, it's like I mean, who do we want to be in this case? Do we want to be the dinosaurs, or do we want to be young Indiana Jones?
You can never go wrong with being young Indiana Jones. Okay,
That's
there's nothing
true.
wrong. No, like, look, River Phoenix was a fucking god among young adult actors. All right, yes, he had a tragic ending. That doesn't mean we're gonna go out the same way as River Phoenix, okay?
I heard they were gonna try and reboot that show with the surgical leftovers from Joaquin Phoenix's cleft lip surgery.
My fucking god.
Yeah.
We harvested what was left from the massive cavity that was left from Joaquin Phoenix's face, and we put that culture in a machine. We grew
Not
it.
a lot of people know that the classic '90s adult cartoon Duckman was actually based on pre-op Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah.
That's actually extremely true. Yeah, that's weird that most people don't actually know that though.
Well,
Jason Alexander himself
Yeah,
is
he
nothing
used to ride
but.
around. He used to ride around in a papoose on the front of Joaquin, and he'd just do all his talking for him. It was
Jason Alexander himself is nothing but a walking cluster of self-aware bits of genetic material from Joaquin Phoenix. He may look like a 40, aka 50, aka 60-year-old man, but in fact, at the first time Jason Alexander ever hit Hollywood, he was only a couple of weeks old. He was cloned from Joaquin Phoenix's cleft palate.
Well, see, that's the story that the mainstream media would like you to know. But you ever watch that movie Multiplicity?
Yeah.
You remember how like the fifth version of Michael Keaton was just a little retarded? Well,
yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is like they really wanted to cast that movie with nothing but 5 real flesh and blood Danny DeVitos. But when they got to number 5, they were like, shit. And then Jerry Seinfeld's like, don't worry, I'll take him.
And that was George Costanza. Yeah,
George Costanza. Yeah, George Costanza is basically what happens when you try to clone Danny DeVito in anything other than a clean room.